Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.
What is up, everybody? Happy Tuesday night. Welcome to Talk Wrestling here across the Jeff Meacham Network, Multiverse of Media, and on its original home, of course, NoDQ.com. You saw a little bit of the retro, if you will, back in the day, the 16 years we've been doing this crazy show, all the way to the very first opening with that big, giant gold belt there coming into the shot there. Hello, everybody. Again, yes, please, if you have already seen NXT, Aaron has seen it because, he is on the East Coast feed now, but some of us haven't seen it yet. So please, guys, when you come into my show on a Tuesday night, no NXT spoilers. But thank you, guys. Welcome. Let's see what we got here. NXT spoiler. Seth Rollins became the first next champion. Yes, we've actually been around longer than NXT. So there you go. That's how old we are. We've been around longer than the original NXT Championship awarding. So there you go. Hello, Psycho Jet Black. Hello, Josh Mansfield, Daniel Molinay, Matthew Hostetter, The Real Wyatt, Godspeed, 5878. Who else is here? Mohammed's here. Happy Tuesday on a Tuesday night, Jeff. Hope you're doing well, sir. And same there with my chat. Doing very well, Matt. Mohammed, and of course, Matt's here. Matt doing great on a Tuesday. And not only am I doing great on a Tuesday, I'm doing great because in the green room, getting ready to pop in right now, the founder of NoDQ.com, the man who had the twisted brainstorm to launch this show 16 years ago, this last Sunday. Ladies and gentlemen, the boss man himself. No, not Ray Traylor. Aaron Rift. Aaron, good to see you, brother. 16 years. Again, we did this last year. We had a big, to-do. Frankie Kazarian came on. It was a whole, big thing. But I figured, I got myself on a Tuesday. It's hotter than shit in Santa Clarita, so I wanted some company, not just talk myself for an hour.
Yeah, I'm here for the anniversary edition of Talk Wrestling, and it's been a busy day. I just did the No DQ review a little while ago, and then we had NXT, and spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler. Yes.
Turn it off. You've been warned. Okay.
Yep.
Dominic Mysterio is the new NXT North American champion, and he's going to go on Monday Night Raw now and act like he won the
WWE
unified,
title.
unified WWE World Title, and he's going to boast about how great he is. He's the greatest champion in wrestling history. Yes. I'm loving it. It's going to give NXT some publicity for sure and get people watching NXT. It's a great decision. I love it.
Yes, definitely. Leads you to believe we're going to see Finn Balor pull it off at SummerSlam now, right? That way everybody in Judgment Day's got something to carry to the ring. Everybody needs props. Everybody needs something, right? So
yeah, that would be something.
And then you got that tension. And then you got that tension between Balor and Priest, knowing he's got the world title, he's got the briefcase. Good stuff. Michael saying happy 16 years. Let's see.
I just wanted to mention Psycho Jet Black brought up how hard was it for me to throw you in the ocean. I did not throw you into the ocean. That was the other guy.
Yeah, we keep that gets brought up every now and again. That was Mr. Nagel, not me, and then not Aaron. And it wasn't so much a heave as it was me stumbling my big clumsy ass into the ocean after he tried to heave me, is what it was. And it was a summer day like it is today, but it was down in the ocean, so it wasn't near as hot, thankfully. Much salt and sand at Jade's apartment that day afterwards. Lots of cleanup. Not as much as getting the jet black hair dye out of your hair after Rocky Horror, which ruined the bathroom. But
that was quite the night too.
That was poor decision making on all of our parts to let you dye your hair with that particular brand. That was just a bad idea. But it was what it was. Again, I'm glad everybody's here. Appreciate everybody coming in. There was a comment that I want to throw up that got my attention about, I think it was you, boss, but it may have been, I don't remember hating on him so much, but maybe it was both of us together. The old Talk Wrestling opening reminds me of the time how we hated on Ricky Ortiz for the rally towels. I don't remember hating on Ricky Ortiz for the rally towels. Maybe it was Was that me or was that you during the early Q&A?
I don't even remember Ricky Ortiz.
Isn't that crazy? Like,
man, that's like a real blast from the past.
Man,
I recognize the name
cut right there. Yeah.
Like he's one of those guys that was there for like a cup of coffee and then he was gone. Who was that guy that was with Chavo Guerrero, Bam Neely or something?
Bam Neely. Yeah, he was a kind of like an extended La Familia member. Like he wasn't fully in Doctrine like Hawkins and Ryder, but he was still with Chavo, so he counted, kind of, sort of.
There were just these guys that randomly came into WWE and then disappeared, like Horseshoe, Aaron Aguilera, whatever the hell his name was. Man, that guy was terrible.
No. Horseshoe was Luther Reigns, remember?
No, that guy was even worse.
Yeah. Luther Reigns almost single-handedly destroyed XMV, and I found out, I don't know if you know this, Aaron, the gentleman in the comment there, JJ, was the one that got the "you or Kurt's bitch" chant started. So really, if it wasn't for JJ, we may have been able to save that camera. It's all
thanks
JJ.
A lot, JJ.
Yeah, it's crazy how all the entirety of the multiverse converged. We didn't even know it at the time. Yeah, we were all at that. That was at the Galaxy in Santa Ana, right?
Santa Ana, if that's the venue.
Santa Ana or Anaheim, but I can't remember if it was at the Grove in Anaheim or the Galaxy in Santa Ana.
Santa Ana sounds right.
Yeah, whatever UPW was running that night, that's where we almost lost XMB forever. Okay, so apparently it was me hating on Ricky Ortiz during the ECW. Okay, ECW retrospective in 08 to 09. You got to give me a little slack there. ECW in 08 09 sucked.
Yeah,
it was ECW. What do you want from me on that one? Let's see what we got here. Well, again, WWECW, once December to Dismember was booked and then executed, that was a 4-year funeral procession for that brand.
Yeah, it was. All right, Jeff. So since we're reflecting on 2007, looking back now, 16 years later, what was your favorite match of 2007, and what would you say was the worst match of 2007 off the top of your head?
God, 2007. I got to go with Michaels and Cena from Raw.
The match that went like an hour.
Yeah. Yep. I would say that the worst match. It's one of those. It's the worst match for the wrong reasons, because Punk and Morrison never really could connect until that episode of ECW, like their third try or whatever. So their first two matches, the one at Night of Champions where it should have been, Chris Benoit, and then their follow-up, I think it was at SummerSlam. Those two matches were just awful.
I'm not sure if it's 2007 or 2008, but I remember Great Khali versus Kane versus Mark Henry in some kind of Halloween themed match. I think
that was 08. That was the Drizzling Shits too. That was just awful. It was funny. The part of, I think we're gonna ask me what my favorite Talk Wrestling was during that first thing, the first year. The part of the opening I used that had the little intro with the brick background, that came off the intro of the episode I did after WrestleMania in 08 when I talked about Dylan coming into the world. That's one of my favorite moments of the early years. That was so cool to be able to talk about WrestleMania and talk about the experience of all that, going with my dad and then coming home and literally being a father in the same week. I felt looking back like when Tully Blanchard did his speech in 2012, it's like he buried his father on a Monday or whatever, and then got in the Hall of Fame the following week. And it was just a weird best worst of times thing. It was just crazy how life just in a moment. So
yeah,
cool. But yeah, 16 years is a long time. I put in my post on Sunday, for better or worse, Dylan's conception and this show in that same span of time, that's defined my life the last 16 years. Those two entities, this show and my boy. So
yeah, 2008 was quite the memorable year also. And I can remember my worst match for 2008, and that would be Triple H versus Vladimir Kozlov at Survivor Series.
Yeah, I am ever grateful to Edge for interrupting that mess.
That was just one of the worst matches in WWE pay-per-view history.
It was bad. Would you say any match quality or otherwise eclipsed Michaels and Flair though from WrestleMania?
I think that was.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it was technically the best match of the year, but it was.
But it wasn't going to be.
Maybe the most memorable match of the year. I would probably go with Edge versus Undertaker, either their Hell in a Cell match or the one they had before that. I think it was a TLC match. That was a really good one.
Yeah.
And
Edge Undertaker was the feud of the year by far, far. Although Michaels Jericho was really good once it picked up steam.
Yeah, I mean, that feud was great. The ladder match they had at No Mercy in Portland, that was really good. John Cena versus Batista at SummerSlam was surprisingly a good match.
That was much better than the WrestleMania match, to be sure. That was it was unfortunately for John, you ended up taking him out until Survivor Series, but it was still a good match. Okay, you remember something about best and when we're talking about best and worst, that Chavo Guerrero Kane thing at WrestleMania was not going to be on anybody's ranking system. Like even it wasn't going to be a thing because it was going to be we need to reset, but we need to get that thing off of Chavo because it was a dead end. And it was what it was. Was I upset in the crowd? I mean, when you look back on it, I probably was, but I was so into being at WrestleMania with my dad. I even there it was. That was it. So yeah, as far as what should have been good and turned out to be absolute hot garbage, that's what we're talking about there.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, it's wonderful that we had our little hiatus from each other and after the summer of 2011, but this show, for better or worse, in any incarnation, whether it was this or After the Bell with JJ's channel, going strong. I very few things in my life have been consistent in my life for such a long period of time. Our friendship, this crazy guy, especially the last 10 months, which will be actually 10 months this Sunday. Will be my mark with the company 10, which is mind blowing too. What about you? What's been your enduring memory period over the last 16 years? I mean, as far as wrestling, because I mean, for you, it's obviously Are
you talking about like WWE or just stuff with the website and the YouTube channel and whatnot?
I would say I was going for the website and the YouTube channel because there's been as strong as we were when we were able to launch this show. Both of our channels have just only grown, really. So,
of course, the RVD interview was a highlight. I mean, all of them were always a fun time.
I tell my team the 3-parter we did up in Malibu at Rob's friend's place there with all the horror stuff and the fireplace. That's still my single greatest singular interview that I've ever done.
Oh, I agree. I mean, that was fantastic. And I did enjoy the 2014 one as well, being on the roof of that building at Venice Beach. Like anything we got to do on location, it was a lot of driving, but I always enjoyed when we went to different places and had just different locations to record shows. It changed things up and kept it fresh.
Yeah, that was fun because it ended up being like a full day. We did that. We did the interview at Venice Beach, and then you graciously drove Dylan and I to the train station, and he and I got to see Luke Bryan at the Hollywood Bowl that night. So it was a great day overall. I didn't say okay. I need to make something clear to Mr. Mansfield here. Okay, I'm not saving that meme. That day traumatizes us. Like, I still haven't forgiven Cardona fully, and it's not even his fault. No. He wasn't the one booking it, so it's not his fault.
That was definitely up there among the most memorable moments of the past 16 years.
Yes.
But yeah, as far as on-camera moments, and then I put myself through a table once, and I had Riff Aronson invade my apartment, and he completely destroyed it to the point where I actually had to relocate and leave the West Coast forever because
it's just terrible.
Yeah, and Riff Aronson still haunts the Portland area. Like, I love Portland, but you guys got to stay away from Portland. The ghost of Riff Aronson is haunting people, and he's somewhere out there in the greater Portland region. I heard maybe he was in Hillsborough, maybe Beaverton, but he's out there somewhere and I just needed to get as far away from him as possible. So I packed all my belongings, the cats. I got all the way over to Michigan, and yeah, Riff Darrington has not resurfaced since, and hopefully never again.
He is the sole reason I have not gone to visit my aunt in the Portland areas, because I am definitely afraid of anything resembling him, even remotely crossing my path. It was tragic. It was awful. Completely ransacked. I never got to see your Portland place. It was so ransacked. It was awful.
It looked like a bomb hit it. I mean, it
did.
Looked like a war zone.
It was just bad. And yeah, I saw Cardona was on the red carpet for the Cody documentary. That kind of bums me out that that's a thing, because that means that the reason for the documentary was not filming him finishing the story. That's a bummer. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, and also my other favorite moment was when I had hair. That was a nice moment.
Oh yeah, trust me, man. Going through pictures of stuff of getting ready for the park's anniversary yesterday. It's like, man, those pictures of me and you and me and Mickey with hair. It's like, I miss my hair.
Yeah, like that video where the XMV video from 2005, and this is pre-talk wrestling, but when you got the cake in the face, like you were turning 22, and you had like that huge head of hair, man. And I had that kind of hair too, and now like neither of us can grow that kind of hair anymore.
I got cake face so hard, I had to use one of those beach shower things. It wouldn't have been so bad if I wasn't doing merchandise for Jenna that night, because I was just like, it was all through my hair. Like if I had made the decision to shave my head back then, it probably wouldn't have been the worst thing.
Jeff, I got a question for you. In 2007, who was your favorite internet wrestling reporter?
God, I don't even remember talking about him back then. So I really, I don't.
Isn't it weird how things have changed, and now in 2023, like
it's and again, the only thing I have an issue with is I just wish that more people understood that everybody out there's got this good and bad that a lot of people aren't acknowledging. It's kind of freaky. I'm not going to lie. But we were actually doing Mikey's show earlier, and I got a little thing in the production room. Because we were talking about the ESPYs were on the other night, the sports awards, and they were talking about the different awards that went out. And I was at people being awarded that teams I don't like, and I was reminded, be a journalist. I'm not a journalist. I've never said I was a journalist, and if I did, I apologize for it here and now. I stopped going to school to be a journalist over 10 years ago when I moved in with JJ.
So Jeff, anytime I post something that's remotely controversial on Twitter, all these replies, people say, "No DQ, the worst place for journalists," and they put journalist in quotation marks. And I'm like, I never claimed to be a journalist. No, I never went to school for journalism. Nope. I'm a blogger. I mean, I would say that is the most proper term to use for what I do.
I will tell you this right now. I know for a fact that Aaron went to college in the Valley to basically do what we're doing right now, as far as like video production, and he knew all that stuff before I even knew what the hell we were doing in 2002. So,
I was more focused on that, like video editing, than
writing. It's so funny how, God, if we had this kind of technology that we had, 20 years ago, man, we could have. Guys, I kid you not when I say we were taking phones like this and literally taping microphones to it to talk to people on the air. Like when we did the Bobby Heenan interview, we had a freaking cordless phone, tape the microphone to us. We can feed into Aaron's Ethernet locked computer.
Yeah.
So we can record the friggin' thing. Like,
I mean, that's the only technology we had back then.
It's not available in 2002. We were doing this shit.
Yeah. I mean, now
I can tell you that right now. I don't care how many people on the team do this. I don't think I'll ever be a TikToker. I don't think Aaron will be either.
I mean, I made one for No DQ, but I haven't used it.
Yeah. But as far as full time, so there was a request for a hairline reveal. Okay, so I'm gonna do you one better, because I got a good look at this when I was at costuming when I first started at Disney, because we had like the mirrors all throughout the locker room so we can see how we look. I got to look at the back of my head for the first time without a hat on in like a decade. And this was some scary ass shit. Check this shit out. Oh, no, can't do that. Okay. Do it this way.
Yeah, I mean, I'm practically the same way now.
It was
maybe a little bit more, but I'm losing it, man.
Well, I'm also been sitting here trying to clean up around here and helping produce a show and doing this show now. And it's I came home from Disney last night after being gone for a week, Aaron, without the AC run. It was 97 degrees inside this house. It was gross when I got here. But yeah, when I saw the back of the mirror, I'm like, oh my God, I am Homer Simpson and my father. Jesus help me. It was scary. And granted, getting back to the journalist thing, some of these people out there did go to school and they have a journalistic degree. They just don't act like it.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
a problem. I mean, they have very biased opinions.
Something about the internet wrestling community, like everybody's got to be a character. That's the thing. Like everybody's got to be a persona, and people get so worked up about their egos, like they cannot take any criticism. And I used to get offended. Like I remember years ago, if somebody insulted me or insulted No DQ, I would take it personally. And
yeah, absolutely.
I would sometimes do what people do on Twitter now and get in arguments. But as I got older, I realized like it's just not worth it. It's not worth the energy and the time, and their opinion doesn't really matter at the end of the day. And half of them are trolls, if not more. So it's like you're just wasting your time. It's a waste of time. And I would say if somebody's out there wanting to have a civil discussion, then talk. That's what we do as human beings. But if somebody's just trying to antagonize you, you have to just ignore them, move on. Don't give them attention. If you give them attention, they win, because that's what they want. They want to know that they have gotten to you. And unfortunately, there's a lot of thin-skinned people on social media, whether it's fans, reporters, and they get into Twitter arguments, and it's just a big waste of time, and it just wastes everybody's time.
This is a great question from Psycho. Which is a bigger waste of time, arguing on Twitter or watching a Ryback match? Watching a Ryback match while arguing with Ryback on Twitter is the biggest waste of time of all.
Yeah. Ryback just is screwing with people. I mean, that's his shtick on Twitter, and he blocks everybody. He's just doing whatever he can to stay relevant. And I mean, it seems to work for him because he continues to be in the headlines. And Ryback knows how to play the game.
I've made a game out of when you post a headline that says former personality from this, like, okay, is it Cornette? Is it Disco? Is it Conan? Is it Sean Morley? Is it Skip Sheffield? Who is it today? I try to make a game out of it now because it's one of those five.
Oh yeah, I know, and you're not the only one.
We should like a betting pool every week when we do the No DQ review. And
sometimes I will use the name just because the name can be a draw for clicks. Yes. But yeah, I mean, sometimes you have to put, and people always get mad if I put former WWE star and it turns out to be like a very low tier guy, and they're like, you're using the term star very loosely. So sometimes I put former WWE wrestler when I know it's a bottom of the barrel guy. I try not to clickbait it too much. So I'll put former WWE wrestler. That way people cannot use that against me. Right. And
whenever you say star, I always think of my favorite Mick Foley joke that he ever pulled on anybody. I think it was in his first book. They were all on a plane heading somewhere, and he had the stewardess go on there. We'd like to welcome all the WWE superstars on board today, and Al Snow. Like, damn, rag on poor Al. Because he's not a star, he's just a wrestler. So yeah.
Let me give a tip out there to everybody. If you see former WWE stars a headline, the person's likely not that big of a star. Otherwise, the name would be used. And it's not just No DQ. I mean, it's pretty much every wrestling site that clickbaits. And let's be real. It's like pretty much every wrestling site clickbait. So if you see former WWE star and it doesn't have the name of the wrestler, whether it's on No DQ or somewhere else, it's probably not a wrestler that is of any significance. Just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah. I like Dwayne's comment here about the only time I root for Goldberg would be face Ryback. I swear, before I made my personal peace with Bill, because again, my thing with Goldberg wasn't about me directly. It was about my co-host at the time, and it wasn't my beef to hold on to. But that's the only time I ever rooted for Goldberg was when he faced Brock Lesnar because of what Brock did to John Cena in front of both of us.
No, you're still traumatized about that.
Dude, like seriously, I will always be grateful to you and your person at the time and Oh, I forget our friend's name that was in the suite with me. Oh my God, I feel so bad now. Our mutual friend that I sat in the suite with him, and you were sitting in a different section. I forget who was.
Brett Buchanan?
No, not Brett. The redhead guy with the goatee. God, I'm gonna feel like an asshole.
Ryan,
thank you. I will forever be grateful to you and your person and Ryan and even the other Noah and his person for getting me out of that building, because I refused to leave. I refused to leave. I didn't want to leave because I didn't want to not know. And you guys got me home safe and sound, because it was just ugly. It was so bad. That was one of the worst things I've ever seen live that actually didn't involve a legitimate crime. I mean, it was a crime, but what's funny now is you see John post about it. It's like it was designed to be that way, because how do you go from the guy who literally beat the streak and have a competitive match, even if you are John Cena? It's like, no, he's got to go in here and kill me.
Yeah, exactly.
But it just got out of hand. That's what it was. It got out of hand, unfortunately for me. Oh God, it's too funny.
Times, man.
Does Goldberg know who I am? I don't know if Goldberg knows who I am, and I really, at this point, it doesn't matter to me if Bill Goldberg knows who I am. I just know that when we tried to get an interview with him in between the end of WCW and before he debuted with WWE, we tried to score an interview with him, and the person that called, which was not either of us, got hung up on very rudely and abruptly, and I held that one against him, and it wasn't my beef. Without putting the comment on screen, you guys can comment if you want. I don't think we'll ever see either one of those people on screen again. I have made nice with one of them at WrestleMania this year, as a matter of fact. But I don't think it's ever going to be a thing, unfortunately. It's not from like Gurr. It's just we've all kind of moved forward, and
exactly.
I'm not interested in trying to reopen the old wounds if they exist, or inciting further problems. I would just rather do my thing with everybody on Tuesday nights, do my stuff on my channel. Aaron has had the benefit, and I'm not like taking credit for being an asshole and walking away for a year, but Aaron, you had the opportunity to build yourself a wonderful support system. You've got Virtue now, you've got all the people that appear on the review, and you've got your recaps down 4 times a week, and you do an amazing job at what you do, and plus the tweets, plus the news reporting. That's what you do. I do what I do. I'm trying to branch out and be not just I'm talking head for an hour on Tuesdays. I go here and work 2 times a week. I'm trying to build a brand, and with that, Jay, I don't know if I sent you the link. I meant to. Sorry about that, JJ, because he was wanting to come in too, and I totally forgot to link him. That's my bad.
All right, once he's in, I'll say hi for a minute, and then I'll head out. Of
course. I just got to get over there now, because now it's the computer. Yeah, I don't know if anybody else in the country has this problem, but when it gets like hot to the point where we're gonna have power outages here in Santa Clarita and in Southern California, the internet just lags, like ugly lags.
You've actually been okay up to this point.
Well, that's okay. Also, where he is out in Victorville now, it's like out in San Bernardino County, and that's just notoriously. But I will say this: there were so many damn people on the park's Wi-Fi, the public Wi-Fi yesterday. I'm surprised I got any pictures or any video done at all yesterday. And you can attest that, JD, because you've been around the park more recently than Aaron has. The guest Wi-Fi. I love you, boss. I love everybody at Disney, but my God, that guest Wi-Fi, when there's that many people in that park, holy shit, it's bad.
That park Wi-Fi is more of a hot mess than Chelsea Green.
That's fair. Hey, by the way, I have not been on screen since that happened. Congrats to Chelsea and Sonia. I am happy for them personally. I've known Chelsea.
It pains us to say it because she's married to Zack Ryder.
Freaking Cardona. That's right. But again, not Cardona's fault. So I will kick you right back off here. I don't care.
Right. I like that John Lennon shirt, though, so you cannot kick him off for that alone.
That's fair. Oh, do you want to let him know about the show, even though he's not a dad and always in wrestling?
Go for it.
So a week from Friday, our next episode of Dads is the top 10 solo era Beatles songs.
Okay. Any preview, JJ, like what your picks might be, like maybe 1 or 2?
Yeah.
You should know me well enough, Aaron, to know how much I love the Beatles. I know Jeff does, I actually had to make him a Spotify playlist so he could listen to basically the greatest hits to pick his list from.
Accurate. And I've been, when I've been here, which has been few and far between, I've been listening to get the songs percolating. But we're also going to have his dad on.
Yes,
because nice. because Jerry, his dad Jerry's a big Beatles person. So I know.
So let me just. This is top 10 solo.
Yes.
Beatles songs from Beatles members.
So all four of them, the top 10 songs they did when they weren't.
Okay, well,
actually part of the Beatles, basically.
I mean,
right?
Imagine, I think, would be on a lot of people's list at the top. So it's hard to top that one. I'm thinking of a lot of Paul McCartney songs. Like, he's had so many good ones.
I was watching a YouTube video earlier, and he's had 51 albums or 50 albums in like 51 years as a soloist.
I got one that I know nobody's gonna mention. It's called "Temporary Secretary." It's a very weird song.
It's a deep cut. I like that. That's good.
It's a deep cut. It's a pretty interesting song. It's on the same album that has that Christmas song that everybody knows, the Wonderful Christmas Time. I think I could take or leave that song, but dude, Temporary Secretary is a very underrated Paul McCartney banger.
Definitely.
Honestly, living with him when I did, I got to hear one the first time a lot. When I got back home, I'm like, okay, take that off the playlist.
I like Hard Day's Night. I like Help. I think I like Magical Mystery Tour the most of all their movies.
Yeah. I know we didn't do the movies. JJ actually, the first time I ever saw Yellow Submarine was when he bought it on Blu-ray for Dylan. So talk about do I wish I'd seen this high, or do I feel better not having tried? I don't know what to do with myself now that I've seen this. Jesus.
I also wanted, I got to give some love to George Harrison also. He's had a lot of great ones. Yes. There's a song called "Blow Away," which is one of my favorites of his. That's definitely a great one. And All Those Years Ago, which was a tribute to John Lennon, is one of my favorite ones. And When We Was Fab is another great one. That's one of my favorites. And Ringo's self-titled album has some good ones on there. I'm the Greatest is one of my favorites. And of course, It Don't Come Easy is a great one. Yes. That album, like, Ringo had a couple good ones too, so he deserves some love as well.
Did you ever get a chance to see Paul any of the times he did Dodger Stadium out here?
I was at Dodger Stadium in 2014. Were you at that show, JJ?
No, I was at the most recent one, 2019. I think it was.
Yeah,
nice.
Him
just
and his
before COVID.
Yeah, him and his circle, and then my old friend Kathy, who used to work across the street from where I used to live, her and her family were all there. It's like everybody I knew that was a Beatles fan that was in Southern California was at that show. I was like, Jesus Christ, guys.
Yeah. That 2014 show was pretty awesome. Like, Paul McCartney could go out there and have 50,000 people at almost 80 years old could still tear the house down. I don't think he was might be early 70s at that time.
But either way, it's guys
still,
like him
for the man his age to still be able to do what he does. And the one I was at, Ringo came out for the encores.
Yep.
And Joe Walsh. So
I was gonna say Joe Walsh was at that one too. I love that part. You know me.
I also saw Ringo Starr in 2016 in Portland, and that was
right.
That was such a great experience. I feel bad for Ringo though, because Paul McCartney, he went out there at Dodger Stadium, 60,000 people, and Paul McCartney's doing that. Ringo does this smaller theater that maybe holds 5,000 people, and it wasn't even sold out. Like, I was able to buy a second row ticket, and it was like $50, like not a huge amount of money for a living Beatle. So to me, that was like a bargain. Like, that was a great deal. Second row, and I'm literally like 10 feet, if not less, from Ringo Starr. And like, to me, like, that was like a dream come true. I mean, not at the level of Paul McCartney's show by any means.
Well, of course not.
Ringo was very much needing the rest of the band to carry it. He's out there standing there singing a little bit. Paul McCartney's putting more into it. Ringo is basically just coasting along. I think what's the band that does Africa? Toto. Yeah, they were like several of those guys are like his backup. His backup band members, and they were basically carrying it. But still, being 10 feet away from Ringo Starr was awesome.
That's the problem with the Ringo concert, is that Ringo doesn't have enough hits on his own to sustain a 3-hour concert like Paul does.
Right. Exactly.
It was still a great show, though.
Yeah.
And I don't doubt that. Ringo's the only one of the two that I haven't seen like his own full show live. I've seen Paul numerous times.
Yes.
Oh, it's
then I saw Ringo when he showed up with Paul. Right. But I've never been to an actual Ringo All-Star Band show. Yeah. But I think that's what really holds people back from going to see Ringo, and why he does the smaller theaters instead of the big stadiums or even the arenas like Paul, because he never had the greatest voice of the four.
No.
And I'm not going to pay $50, $100 to listen to the dude from Men at Work sing Down Under. I want to hear Ringo sing Yellow Submarine, Octopus's Garden, Little Help from My Friends. He
did do those. He did do those top Beatles songs, and then he did like "It Don't Come Easy," and they actually did do a couple of Toto songs. I think they did Africa. Yeah. They had to fill out the show with a couple others.
Exactly.
Yeah. I like going to see either one of them, because there's this, and neither one of you are. JD, you're a country fan. Aaron, I know you're not so much, but you know the names. Like going to see a Garth Brooks show, you're going to see an experience. He's going to be bouncing around that whole friggin' stage. He's going to be back and forth, doing all the things. You go to see the King of Country, George Strait. It's
right.
Yeah. He's going to sing, and he's going to kick all the ass. But that's all you're going to see. Is
that comparison myself, but I didn't think Aaron would get it. I was going to say seeing Ringo is like seeing George Strait, seeing Paul is like seeing Garth.
Yeah.
I know because of Caitlin, my wife, because she listens to a lot of those country people, so I know them a little bit.
That's why she's one of my dearest friends to this day. She's trying to educate yo ass a little bit better. But yeah, JJ, since you're coming in, I don't know how much longer you've got, boss, but what's been your favorite memory of, I guess, the show Talk Wrestling, and then just the entire YouTube experience, the last, we'll call it 16. We'll just do Talk Wrestling's history.
As far as Talk Wrestling goes, and maybe it's a little bit biased, but my favorite Talk Wrestling is the first in HD, the Bob's Big Boy post SummerSlam.
You were there, yeah.
I was there for that. You know,
dined and dashed.
I did not. Don't go putting that out there like
that's some Donna's shit you're talking again.
But to see Jeff in his infinite drunkenness,
oh my god,
getting carried through an episode, something that you've done before, I did after that. But just kind of seeing it all unfold was kind of hilarious to me.
Yeah, and you know what? I blame Twitter for that, because I put out there, hey, I'm going to be up here in section way the F in the boonies by myself. Come visit me and say hello. I didn't tell nobody, bring me no drinks. They just did. They were very nice about it. And then
Jeff, you had your fair share of drinking on various no DQ shows.
Well, okay, there's that one for sure. There's the first video. It was the 2-year anniversary of Extreme Mayhem, which was an XMV show, but we did it in Vegas, and that was a blitzed event. Whoop. I forgot he can pop himself in because he has access to the channel. The Fab Four of the multiverse are all here now, baby. There you go. We've got the network hits, kids.
There you go.
Whoa, Greg is in full year model over there still. Jesus. Yeah. So everybody's here. Greg Cherry, everybody, Aaron Riff, the Renegade, and JJ. All 4 channels represented. This is a rare occasion.
Yes, definitely.
We're trying to get together for February, but somebody's wife hasn't confirmed yet.
February? This is news to me.
I'm not surprised. Okay, so I'm calling you out on the air now. We have our open mic / game nights every month. It's either a karaoke or a game night. February, we've decided that it's going to be newlywed game, but none of y'all are newlyweds because you've been married for just over almost 2 years, right?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, almost 2 years. Greg's been married longer. He's not married yet, but JJ's been with his girl for time before, and now they're back together. So we're calling it Clash of the Couples. And I want the idea to be the network heads against each other. And since I'd be hosting, and I'm single, and goddamn happy I am after yesterday. Holy shit! I figured you three could have a newlywed game style because it's always three couples. So I'm asking you in front of everybody, and there you go.
Well, it's not really my call, as you know. Caitlin doesn't.
No, really I know. Trust me.
That's YouTube why videos.
No, I know, but I figured for one to celebrate Valentine's weekend, because I forgot the day we actually had picked for that. Let me get the calendar out while I'm talking and not being able to multitask. Yeah, we figured the day fell perfectly on Valentine's weekend because it's actually the Saturday after Valentine's Day, so the 17th of February. That's gonna be our theme night because
I might be out in LA around that time.
Well, then make her come with you.
Well, you want to pay for the plane ticket and the hotel?
Sure. Well, once I get the shit straight away this weekend, the boss will help you pay for that. So yes.
King Mike, Jeff plans like 2 years in advance. If you know Jeff, he likes to plan things out.
Okay. I am not taking.
He's already got WrestleMania 27 planned out.
I am not taking the soul hit by the bus on this one. I refuse. This guy over here, there we go. I'm gonna take my table out. Has me planned out through only WrestleMania because we want to make sure, just like WWE, we go to WrestleMania, then we work backwards.
WrestleMania. I don't even know what I'm doing in 2 weeks, Jeff. So I can't tell you.
But you didn't used to be that way, so it's okay. Anyway, just something to think about. I know that's the time you usually come out here to celebrate mine and your mom's birthday because it like falls in the middle. So.
We'll see. I mean, I might be open to doing some kind of simulcast on my personal channel because we're going to be doing some video game live streams soon. Maybe some Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
I saw your collision. Not collision. Wow, that's how tired I was.
I mean, I get Dynamite Collision all confused at this point.
That's okay. I feel like a grandmother. I'm talking about the grandkids. Jeff, Patrick, whatever your name is. Collision, Dynamite. One of those 8 AEW things. Come here.
Yeah, really.
Whatever the hell. It's all the same shit at the end of the day, really. It's just one's a video game, the other TV shows, but they all look exactly the same. Because they're awful at this point. But anyway, Greg. Now, we're seeing your ceiling. Greg, tomorrow, Greg Cherry Show, you and Maddie. What are you guys talking about tomorrow?
Yeah, sorry, I muted myself.
No, you're good.
Yeah, Maddie and I are doing a show tomorrow, trying to raise all money to do a free all Greg Cherry Show Spectacular in August.
That's scary. Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know, JJ, but you guys are in the chat with the NWA having their 7th anniversary. That last weekend in August, we're gonna have one watch along on Saturday, the 2 watch along Sunday for All In the morning for us because the Brits hate us, and then the Impact show that night, and then we're going to do a recap of NWA 75 Night 2 after the Impact pay-per-view. So Noah Foster, we determined, is going to sleep roughly the day after WrestleMania is when he's going to finally get some rest. We love him for that.
The answer is because my wife is sleeping.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
That's pretty late. It's normally past my bedtime at this point.
But we love that Aaron is still here, and we love that Greg popped in because like I said, last year was a 15. It was a milestone. We had Frankie on. We had a few people on. It was an awesome thing. The other day on the Greg Cherry Saturday Spectacular, we had some awesome people on. So figured we just go ahead and get the love out there on the Tuesday. And so after Monday I wanted some positive people around me, and I love you guys.
So Jeff, is this going to be an annual thing now? You're just going to do like WrestleMania, Talk Wrestling every year is going to be a big event on the anniversary? Why
not? I mean, it's one of those.
Well,
if there's not a major premium or pay-per-view event that weekend, might as well do something big just to kind of keep the flow going. Because although we do have we have a decent couple of cards this week because we've got where'd it go? There it is. Got Blood and Guts tomorrow, which the Greg Cherry Show is going to be the official Jeff Meacham Network pre-show now for Blood and Guts because it's right before Dynamite. And then Friday is Death Before Dishonor, which they added like 45 matches to that card over the weekend while I was gone. So that'll be a thing on Friday after the Greg Cherry show lead into Blood and Guts. And then there it is, Death Before Dishonor. This thing is lagging like a bitch. So, yeah, good stuff coming up this weekend. Well, why are we asking, sir? Aaron, you want to say something? I talked over you.
Oh, I was just going to comment on Psycho Jet Black. Like, how did we meet Greg Cherry? Greg, you were watching XMV back in the day, correct?
That's true. Yeah, back in like 2003, 2004 time frame.
Didn't you make like a fake woman account to comment on the videos?
Okay. Are you talking about Colleen? Because no.
Yeah.
No, that was not me. I have no idea who it was.
Really?
Yeah,
I thought that was you. I was under the impression this entire time that was you under a fake account.
No, because we did actually, like, I think we vocally spoke with her at one point. It was just, and I was on the phone with Greg, so I knew it couldn't have been her.
I'm not convinced that was a real person. I'm like that woman on the airplane. Like, I don't think that Colleen was real.
They had AI before AI had AI.
It very well could have been a catfish. But
that's what I was thinking. I'm sorry, Greg, because I blamed you all these years, and I guess
it's funny too because like Josh Tariff thought I catfished him, and I've never done that to anybody because quite frankly I don't give a shit enough to.
So. Right.
Well, I mean, it's Josh. I mean, why would you bother with Josh?
Exactly.
Hey, you know what? We're bringing everybody else up. Why not bring up Josh too? Where's my logo? There's my logo. There it is. Okay. Anyway.
All this time you finally get your logo up.
I just forgot because I was so like, hey, everybody's here. Yeah, I'm all happy kitty guy. So you've got, let's see, I'm trying to think here. You're still doing, I don't know if I put the graphic in there. If I didn't, forgive me. I did. Look at me. I'm proud of myself. So JJ this month, for those of you that haven't been watching, first of all, shame on you for not watching because we're already halfway through the month. JJ is covering 31 days of the post-2000 Disney animated studio movies on Renegades Reviews. What was yesterday and today, sir?
Yesterday was nothing. I had put up about the cancellation due to circumstances beyond my control.
I forgot about that.
So today was a double feature to make up. It was Meet the Robinsons and Bolt.
Meet the Robinsons, I think, gets more love now than it did. Bolt still kind of gets shit on, I think, and I think it's better than people give it credit for personally.
Then don't watch my review.
Well,
because I crap on it. I thought it was garbage.
You didn't hear that. And then tomorrow,
honestly, what I attribute it to, and I'll go ahead and spoil this since I know most of the audience here doesn't watch my videos. I think it was just a lot due to Miley overload.
That's
Hannah Montana was so huge at the time that came out, and here she was, one of the lead voices in this animated film, and it's just like enough of her already.
Right, that's fair. John, okay. I don't remember that comment cycle, but okay, sure. So that'll be in the usual 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 o'clock Pacific. Tomorrow is going to be
tomorrow's Princess and the Frog.
Ooh, there we go. There's a good one.
Start to get out of the second dark ages, if you will.
Yeah.
And start to get back into, Princess and the Frog, Tangled, Wreck-It Ralph, Frozen. All those are starting to come now. So,
here you go. Full disclosure for people I've told the private chat about. I knew something was wrong yesterday because one of the friends I'm having trouble with, she hates Frozen for no particular reason. I'm like, okay, that's enough of you. That's enough of you in my life. Thank you very much. So after JJ's review of Princess and the Frog, you can tune in at 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 Pacific on my channel and Greg's channel for the Greg Cherry Show with him and Matty Laws, talking about trying to raise that money to get that Spintacular off and running. And then after that at 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 Pacific with JJ at the button, right, sir?
Yep.
Cool. Blood and Guts will be the main event, obviously, because they're not going to have 2 hours of a Blood and Guts match because TBS probably wouldn't like that very much. But AEW Dynamite, and then Aaron will be on with his recap right after that. So you get everybody in this room, and I'll try to pop in during Blood and Guts because I'll be at Disney, but, it can't be all Disney magic all day.
I will say this, for the Spintacular, for those who don't watch the Greg Cherry Show on a regular basis, if we raise this amount of money, I'm going to do a full show of nothing but wheel spins, no donations needed. So
there you go.
If we do that, Like, if you've never seen it, I do wrestler entrances, I do karaoke, I do exercise, I do a whole bunch of different stuff just for spinning the wheel. So if you want to go check that out, go subscribe to the Greg Cherry brand. If you're watching on the Jeff Meacham Network, you'll see it there too. Greg Cherry Show, 7 p.m. Eastern.
The wrestling entrances are always very entertaining, so it's worth it.
Yes.
Jeff,
yes,
you know
yes,
it's
sir.
monumental. Virtue is in the chat room.
Oh, I know. I saw him earlier. He made a comment about one of the people we were talking about. I didn't want to highlight that comment, but I will highlight this one because that one's funnier than hell.
I usually don't do TV shows for
you. Should
thank you.
You should.
You should get Virtue. You should come on here. Like you've never been on the Jeff Meacham.
I am more than I'm willing to invite him at this point. How much time we got here?
I don't think he will, but.
I mean, it is damn near 11 o'clock for him too, but I'll send the link if you guys are serious. You know what? Hell, I'll put in the ODQ chat. Everybody can come in and party, whatever. I don't care.
I would find that very entertaining if Virtue came on here and we got a little bit of classic Virtue.
Classic Virtue. Yeah. That's Virtue's the best Virtue.
Considering Virtue is always the big proponent of how we shouldn't have 2 live streams on the channel in one day, for him to be on 2 live streams on the channel in one day would just be like
mind blown. Like
for real,
he would boost the ratings if he was on here. But
there you go. Always good to have more eyes on the prize.
I knew he wouldn't do it. Oh well.
Rain check.
Boo! I boo this man.
I guess on that note, I'm heading to bed. Then I was willing to stay up.
He's SpongeBobbing us, Jay. He's SpongeBobbing us.
That's excitement, but it's all good. Greg, great to see you, and JJ, great as always.
Yeah. And you know what? I usually go the hour anyway, so I think that's a fair time we can bounce out of here. But again, thank you everybody for 16 years of talk wrestling. Thank you, Aaron, of course, for providing. What? Wait a minute, somebody's a coming. I saw the.
Oh, Big G. All right.
Keep me on for another minute. Hold on. Oh, Jesus Christ! All of a sudden, it's a freaking invasion.
Hey, Big G.
What have you the link in the chat, dude? What did you?
I forgot. I forgot I did that
already. Big G. What have you been up to this evening?
There we go.
Watching Rush Hour and Rush Hour 2.
Yes.
What were you doing at 7 p.m. Eastern?
I was on the No DQ review.
Oh, I was too.
He
was because he popped in the Staffway Sports Bar chat after we were done on that show. So
and that's how we knew the review was over. Big G.
Big G's here. We
got the whole Kogan hater here, Josh Mansfield.
Yeah, this
for goodness sakes, Rift.
No, not for goodness sakes. He's right. Shame this man in the bottom left.
Insert Aaron's bald head Zack Ryder meme here.
I think
Kogan has done nothing for this business.
I think you're the baldest of the three of us between me, Aaron, and you, Josh. So shush.
You want to take off your hat again and say that again?
Yeah. Well, you're the one showing the buzz cut on television, on video. Not my problem. Rag on the Hulkster. Keep going, brother.
Yeah, I'm being quiet. I'm being good.
Yeah, you are being good.
Yeah, anyway. Because the internet
Greg,
wrestling community basically decimated you.
Well, yeah, on back-to-back streams at that. That was a good time for all.
I had fun with that. I'm not gonna lie.
Freaking Big G's over here trying
You got more hate than Brad Shepard and Steve from Ringside News combined.
Oh, okay. You know what? It's my show. I'm taking the one for the night. Fuck that guy.
Yes.
Steve from Ringside News seriously can go screw himself. That guy's a mega douche.
The real question is, did Josh get more heat than JD from NY?
No, nobody can do that.
No.
That guy's another ass.
And real quick, to respond to Mr. Cherry up there, yeah, just wait till week 2 with our new white alternative helmets. We're going to mop the floor with you guys.
White alternative helmet. Okay, so Josh is wearing a white t-shirt. He's going to wear a white helmet. Please don't put a white sheet over your face, or I'm going to ban you for life. I'll tell you that right now. It's going to be a thing.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Jeff.
Hey, I said
we only get one.
We're on ODQ today. We only get one of those, Josh. Now you're going to get us all demonetized.
That's the whole reason Jeff didn't run the video I sent him, because there's more than one in that.
Exactly.
Jeff
video. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Big G's back. He got his internet. See, the problem with Big G is he was trying to show his pussy cat on the screen and it got
what?
I said pussy cat. What?
All right, good night, folks.
Aaron
chased off Rift.
All right, guys.
Greg,
well,
Greg, Big Baller, G, Josh, KJ, it's been a pleasure. Jeff, kiss my ass. Good night, guys.
Tell Caitlin hi.
Good night, Bob. Thanks for 16 years. Dick face. Anyway,
it's nice having you, Rift. It was good talking to you for
always good having the boss here. Even he's fired. That's right. All right, let's move me over here. That way I'm not looking sideways at just Greg, because I'm not turning to look at the camera because my back hurts. Anyway, all right. So, G, now you stop showing your pussy cat on camera. What do you want to talk
about? Oh man, I don't know.
Come on, Jeff. You missed the golden opportunity. You should have Cody Rhodes'd it.
So 16 years.
Okay.
So
okay. So yeah. For there we go. Thank you, G, for that. For the new people in here, favorite memory of the YouTube shows, be it mine, be it whatever on Aaron's or anybody that of the last 16 years. And G was talking, so we'll go ahead and let him continue since I cut him off.
Well, first of all, I want to thank Aaron for giving me the opportunity.
Yes.
To be on Wrestling Trivia Challenge, like on the very first season. That was my breakout moment.
Right.
And I think it's, oh my God, how long ago was that? Like the first season. Does anybody remember?
Champ?
First season would have been 2017.
There you go.
Okay. So so that was 6 years for me.
One point
no, actually, the first season would have been me. So,
yeah.
Oh wow, yeah. But as far as like the Jeff Meacham Network, I remember watching, I think the first episode of Talk Wrestling back in 2007 with Chris Benoit.
Oof.
Yeah. I think I was like,
it's funny. The worst part of that show for me now is the screen cap that's on the cover because like I got this look on my face and it's like
yeah,
it'll never go away, but my hair looks so good, so I leave it, so it's okay.
Like I was at a library, and I think I typed in wrestling or something like that, like wrestling shows, and like yours popped up. So I was like, "What the heck?" I was like, "Let me check this out." So
Big G at the school library that just aged everybody in the damn room. Jesus. Okay, so the funny thing about this one, Ryan, is that's actually the one that cost me my opportunity to keep working with Wild with Travis, who's one of my dearest friends to this day because of the controversy that followed. Controversy creates cash, but also controversy creates unemployment line for Jeff Meacham on that front. So yeah, I don't discourage anybody from watching it because all the people I had to make amends with have done that. So whatever. But that was a rough couple of days to say for sure. But like I said, everybody that was involved with that I've either made amends with everybody or there's one person in that video, and I will say what I did. I held her hand up in victory. I don't talk to that person anymore because she decided to go in an industry that is way more controversial than this one, and I'll leave that where it be. And she thinks she's too good to talk to me now. So
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I know you know.
I actually went to that video to steal a screen cap for the dad's intro.
You did. This is true, and I love that suit I wore because that was about as close as I could get to Percy without actually having the urn at that time. Red tie, black jacket. I mean, way balder than Purse. Let's be real, because Purse always had that awesome thick hair of his. Damn him. Even a year before he passed, he had nice hair. Damn it, Percy. Josh, you're the baby of the group, so that was not boyish. That was creepy. 16 years. What say you about your memories?
So I started watching No DQ in 2010. I want to say back when Aaron was doing No DQ and AV. My
during
first
the Jeff Meacham hiatus.
What was that, JJ?
So during the Jeff Meacham hiatus period.
Yes, I met Jeff a while after that. So, my first, I watched for a number of years, submitted questions and everything. My first on-screen appearance on No DQ was the Fastlane 2019 predictions for No DQ when I roasted Virtue a bit and made a bet with Virtue that I actually won that one. So that was definitely one of my favorites. I I remember starting watching Greg when he was on No DQ, and I forget how I started watching Jeff. I forget how I started watching your stuff.
That's okay.
But
he remembers everybody else.
Right, the guy we're here to celebrate.
My memory is shit. My memory is absolute shit, JJ. But
his memory is shit. He had vivid detail of every other thing, and I don't remember Jeff.
Pretty much.
No, here's my two big memories
Wait,
for
who are
you, Jeff. Yeah, when don't I bury myself? Now, my two big memories for you, Jeff, of my favorites are WrestleMania, not WrestleMania 38, I believe.
It was Dallas,
WrestleMania 38 when I made you cry like a baby. And then, of course, the first, fuck Bill Belichick.
Absolutely.
That's
we
like
only get one. Hang on, where's my phone?
I know I said it. That.
Lord. Yes.
Josh, you're on timeout for 5 minutes. Sit in the green room. Anyway, all right, that's enough of your shit for the day. Okay. Anyway, sit in the green room. You think about what you did, young man. You and your potty mouth.
Lord have mercy.
I got
good Catholic boy swearing on my show all the time. Damn it. That's a good question.
Know he was an avid churchgoer.
That's right. Churchgoers dropping F-bombs every freaking week on my channel because we can get away with it. We're not on just my channel. I actually just reconnected with Jexy recently on what was it, Instagram. It was one of those. I think it was because she was training to be a worker, and it just kind of fell off of doing it. And she was on the first No DQ review. So was Vito. Vito pops in from time to time when he's not busy. Him and Virtue and Aaron ragging on each other on social media. So anybody is welcome to pop in. So it's all good. I love it. I'm here for it. Santa Jeff was wonderful times. I need to find a way to get that suit put back together and actually do that if it's not ungodly effing hot like it is right now. It was because it's damn hot. No, you get 5 minutes on timeout. You sit your ass there quiet and you think about it, Mansfield. You don't get to respond to Virtue. Virtue can comment all he wants for the 5 minutes, and you got to sit there and watch it go up the scroll. Potty mouth.
And then when you come back, you can't tell Jeff to go back to that comment so you can address it.
That's right. I'm not going to. I'm going to purposely. You know what? I'm going to delete it just because of that now.
Oh my God. I love you guys so much.
But no, yes, it was because of our stuff. That's what I figured it was, because you got to remember, I wasn't doing the No DQ review a whole lot when it first debuted. I was on the early ones because I was okay. That explains it. There you go. So that was why. Yeah, she is a nice person, and I'm glad I got to reconnect with her. But it was kind of one of those. It's always been, well, not always been, because the last days of XMV, we had a good mix of both genders. But for the most part, it's been a guys club on these shows. So it was good to have a mix at the time. It just, didn't work out long term. And you know what? It's all been Mike night, but to be fair, this weekend's going to be Pyramids, so we're going to probably get our shits and giggles in the first hour, just during the game show. Good question for the top row.
Although we are going to be trying to get $100 worth of super chats between tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday to make Noah do some more wrestling themed karaoke. We just can't play the video that I sent Jeff because there's multiple F-bombs and we've already used more than one tonight.
We will post that on Twitter after tonight's episode, and we will definitely air that for everybody to see on the Twitter over at _Jeff Meacham. JJ and Greg, top row, and Big G can answer too, because Psycho didn't want to ask you because he apparently doesn't like you very much. What are your thoughts on Bray Wyatt, Greg?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but you on timeout too.
I wish he'd wrestle more, if he was healthy. Jeez. But he had one televised match since coming back,
right,
last year.
Yeah,
and that's it. And was for like 3 minutes.
Ugh. Yeah. So wait, was the I see? I didn't get to see the pitch black thing. Was that the one that was so short, or?
Yeah.
Damn. Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Greg, JJ, sorry, Greg already answered. What are your thoughts on Bray Wyatt, besides if you have something different to add than what Greg said?
See, I feel like I missed Bray Wyatt in his prime
Yeah.
Because when I was watching, he was doing the whole Wyatt family thing. And then I stopped watching, and he transitioned into the Fiend and the whole Firefly Funhouse shtick.
Right.
And like, I know I was really hyped when they were doing the whole White Rabbit gimmick, you know, trying to build the whole return for him. And then it just went nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a bummer. It just
went nowhere. And I was just like, man, I was so looking forward to this. And it started off good, but then just went nowhere.
G, I'll have you answer while Greg's still here, and then he's going to go when his phone's dying. And then once Greg goes, I'll bring Josh in if he can promise to behave his damn self.
Well, the reason why Psycho didn't ask me is because he asked me on the review earlier. He super chatted on my thoughts.
So Psycho super chatted again during somebody else's show and not mine. Cool. Good to know. Thank you.
Yep.
Oh, I just threw Psycho under the bus.
As they all should. Not one goddamn super chat. Anyway, carry on.
So
we're
basically,
celebrating the 16th anniversary of your show, and you can't even get $2.
$2.
Can we raise $16 for the 16 years that Jeff has been on the air? Can we make that happen?
Can we get $16 for that?
I don't get paid till tomorrow. Otherwise, I would have.
That means Big G's money's coming to me.
Well, Greg, I'll probably be on your show tomorrow too if you want me. But I can probably still.
So super chat Jeff's channel and donate to Greg's Streamlabs. That way we both get some damn money tomorrow. For Christ's sakes. Anyway, so Bruce is answering. Of course, he's doing the horror commitments he put on hold. So there you go. Hopefully,
that's what I pretty much had said on the review. Like he needs to, like, if he doesn't come back, like if he has this ongoing, I don't know, mental or physical problems that he can't commit to wrestling, he needs just to focus on movies.
Oh, I agree.
And like if he did come back, he just needs to come back as either Wyndham Rotunda and just be himself and stop this whole Fiend gimmick, because like we've seen it, you know, start and stop, and it's like nobody's gonna care about it if he comes back, you know.
He needs to go back to being Husky Harris.
There you go.
And there you go.
For real, come out with the Nexus shirt and everything. Just totally mind screw everyone.
For no reason. Just walk out there. We walk out and just walk down the ring and be like, okay.
And somebody brought up about Uncle Howdy too, like, or his son brought up Uncle Howdy, and I kind of countered it saying, well, like this whole, you know, I don't know, like Alexa was supposed to be part of this new thing again, and she's pregnant. Yeah. And, you know, Uncle Howdy, is he Bo Dallas? Is he not Bo Dallas? And, you know, then I read yesterday somewhere like Eric Young was supposed to be part of this, and Mike Bennett was supposed to be part of this, and this and that. I'm just like, I love Bray Wyatt. I love what he's done so far, but just stop this whole spooky Fiend gimmick. Nobody cares about it.
Exactly. Greg, I know you said you had to bounce after this question. We'll go ahead and throw your plug up one more time because you are our direct lead-in for Blood and Guts. So, Greg Cherry Show tomorrow and every Wednesday that we can possibly get it out there on the air, 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 Pacific, on the Greg Cherry brand and back across the multiverse of media on the Jeff Meacham Network. And that leads into Blood and Guts tomorrow. So check out Greg and Maddie coming up tomorrow afternoon, evening if you're on the East Coast, and I'll try my best to pop in during the course of that. That way I can say hello to Maddie and say hello to Greg. But thank you, Mr. Cherry. Appreciate you popping in and celebrating with us, sir.
Yep, no problem. Congrats on
good 16. Night, man. Thank you. Appreciate it very much. You've been from the beginning, man, so thank you. All right, Joshua. Click your button now.
I'm sorry, Jeff. I'm a bad Josh.
Bad Josh. Bad Josh. Anyway. All right. Let's see. Big F you to I mean, hey. Oh, wait. That's right. There's more comments up here. Bray is smart. He came back and got a contract after getting fired. Doesn't even have to work. Hey, you know what? If you can work the old man and the son-in-law like that, why not?
Right.
I'm here for that. All right. Since JJ is still here, we're going to go ahead and do the JJ plugs that I meant to do when he first popped in while Aaron was here because I goofed on that. You have two, my friend, polls out there. One in the general community and one in the members community. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
All right. So here we go. Do y'all thing, brother.
So for those that subscribe to the members only section of the Casa D18 Studios channel, which is where you see my wrestling content and not my Disney content to that hater that got blocked earlier, you can vote on which SummerSlam match Noah and I will do a retro call for. There are going to be at least 3 polls going up.
Yes.
This is the first one. And then the winners will go into the final poll. Right now, the SummerSlam 2000 TLC match is leading over the SummerSlam 2002 unsanctioned match. We also got Bret Hart versus Mr. Perfect, Cena Daniel Bryan, and Roman Reigns versus Brock from last year. And then over in the everybody side of things, you can vote on which theme you would like to see in next year's Renegades Reviews lineup. Franchises like Jurassic Park World, the Rocky Creed series, Harry Potter, etc. Music biopics like La Bamba, Selena, The Doors, Walk the Line, Rocket Man, Bohemian Rhapsody. Cartoons that were turned into live-action movies. Scooby-Doo, The Smurfs, Yogi Bear, Woody Woodpecker, etc. TV shows that were turned into movies. Charlie's Angels, Baywatch, The A-Team, SWAT, Chips, etc. Video games that got turned into movies. Doom, Max Payne, Warcraft, Mario Brothers, Double Dragon, Wing Commander, etc. All those are on the community tab on the Casa D18 Studios channel.
All right, let me get back to the thing here because it's lagging. There we go. Cool.
And King Mike, I get not everyone is a Disney fan, but my main shtick is movie reviews.
Yes.
So if you want wrestling content, then you got to subscribe to the members only section to get the exclusive wrestling content.
And I realize today's talk wrestling. It's primarily a wrestling show. I talk wrestling, but it is the anniversary, so I'm going with it. We're just gonna go till we all get tired. It's all good. So I'm good with that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, my body's so used to being up to like 7 o'clock in the morning now.
Right? That dreaded fast food third shift's a mucker feather, isn't it, dude?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh my god, I hate it.
I mean, you happen to also work at Greg's favorite place, which
I
is
do.
interesting.
Yes. So the reason Virtue gets his stuff read on here is 2 things. One, he's a moderator of the Q Review, and I will put up whatever I want to put up because I am a fan of Virtue. And number 2, he doesn't have to super chat because he's not always in the comments on here like the rest of you are that don't super chat every goddamn Tuesday. When I get snarky, I'll get snarky. I don't give a shit tonight. Okay. I already put Mansfield on timeout. I'll put all y'all. I will time out the world. I am the great and powerful Jeff Meacham, right, JJ?
Chat room, we are getting drunk, Jeff, and he ain't even drunk right now.
No, the bottle's sitting right here if y'all want drunk Jeff. I got no problem pouring a glass. I'm good.
JJ, this isn't drunk Jeff. This is Vince McMahon Jeff.
That's right.
No.
Now it is.
This is drunk Jeff. Trust me, you haven't been around drunk Jeff enough.
I'm gonna kill my creation. That's Vince McMahon, Jeff.
And then again, since we can't show the video, but when Noah did his ATW View / Wrestling Roundup video this past weekend live,
oh no!
I threw out there in the comments section for his panel.
Yeah.
What wrestling theme song would you like to see Noah do karaoke to? And then we'll try to make it happen on an episode of Open Mic Night. We had Rob Conway's Just Look at Me suggested.
Oh my god.
Oh.
We had Bianca Belair's themes suggested. We had Jillian Hall's theme suggested.
Oh Lord.
Teddy Long, the coach.
Oh, Teddy Long's a classic one. It's so bad, but it's good.
Someone did R-Truth What's Up, which, you know, I've already done, but it would be funny to see Noah do it.
Yes.
I even threw up in the chat room, I'd kind of like to see him do Jesse and Festus, Biscuits and Gravy.
Jeez. It's like the worst theme songs ever.
So if you guys would like to see Noah sing any of those, over the course of tomorrow, when we do the Blood and Guts coverage, Friday, when we do the Death Before Dishonor coverage, and Saturday, open mic night. If we can get $100 in donations to Jeff's channel or my channel, Noah will sing one of those songs.
Highlighted here because Walter did donate, but Walter was talking about it, so I'll go ahead. Thank you, Walt. See, Walter's even sticking to his shtick on channel shows not even Aaron's or Virtues. We love Walter, and yes, Walter's sold out. Ah, the great and powerful Jeff Meacham strikes again. You sons of bitches. Anyway.
But then going back to what you were asking, I touched on the SummerSlam 2010 talk wrestling.
Oof.
And getting to watch drunk Jeff get carried through a show live and in person, and me and Aaron didn't have to do it.
Right. I'm going to carry on my wayward son. Good Lord.
But if I had to pick something else, throughout the 16 years, it has to be those core first couple of years at the Casa, man.
Yeah, that's fair.
Doing the on location stuff, getting the sponsorship from Long Beach Clothing Company where we were getting free swag every time we went to the store.
Right.
Getting to do those indie interviews, which doing stuff with Aaron hadn't really allowed you to do in the past because he wanted the TNA superstars that were coming to Gorilla to boost the traffic to the website, which totally get as a businessman.
Yeah.
But you always kind of had a hankering to do those interviews with some of the indie guys too, the Scott Losts, the Chris Bosches, at the time the Joey Ryans.
Yeah, exactly.
The El Genericos and Kevin Steens. And imagine if you had interviews with those guys who weren't anything then, and now look at where they are. Like Aaron could have re-upped those. Like, dude.
Yeah, and well, the thing is, I know we had at least one with Joey and Scott. That was at the one at I think for a second here, Newhall. We were it wasn't Scott. I'm sorry. We were talking to Human Tornado, which he was totally in character. He wasn't a pimp or anything, but he had Candice LeRae with him as his person that night.
Mm-hmm.
Joey came up behind Aaron, grabbed the camera, and him and Scott walked to the boys' room at the Newhall Legion Hall and just there's nobody in the boys' room. Just filming because they have really cool decor and there was like an old style, I
was there once, that Newhall Legion Hall.
Yeah. So it was just kind of like an old style type decor in there. Came right back, handed the thing right to Aaron, walked right off. It was like, all right. Really seeing what we got from Joey and people and again, Scott gave us a great cameo, if you will, the night that somebody almost killed XMB. We were doing a post-thing interview with SoCal Val after she'd been put in the master lock. Poor Val. And she was selling it like a true seller does, and like Dolph Ziggler style. And Scott Loss came out and helped her back in the building. So Scott just talked real quick and then walked her back in. That was funnier than hell. Old saloon feel. Thank you, Psycho. God damn, I couldn't think of that word. Saloon feel. Thank you.
And then, as good, bad, chaotic as it was, the whole autograph signing we set up at Clothing Company.
Yes.
Going into the Wild match for that Epic War show where I got to talk to New Jack and you ran for your life thinking you were going to have to, call the mortuary to come and pick up my dead body because here goes this crazy white boy walking up to the crazy black man. Okay. He thought that his co-host at the time was going to die.
I want to set the record straight on this. I did not run for my life. I stayed my happy ass in that eagle's nest, calling that match like a good little soldier. I just didn't come down until I knew Jack was out the building. I didn't run. I stayed put. Was I still scared to death? You're goddamn right I was.
And to the comment a little bit ago about is that store still there? Yes. Long Beach Clothing Company is still there.
Yep.
Nice.
I don't know if it's at the same location still or if it's relocated, but Long Beach Clothing Company in Long Beach, California does still exist. It used to be on Atlantic Boulevard.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I'm thinking First Fridays.
That's how we got the tattoos was First Friday.
Yeah. And the reason it's here is because my dumbass got sunburned out there shilling all friggin' day. So
but yeah, it was in Bixby Knolls,
man.
like between Carson and Del Amo on Atlantic Boulevard.
Yep, great store. There was like, it's funny. In being at the parks yesterday, I was relaying the story because I finally got to eat at Storytellers yesterday, Jay.
Nice.
It only took me 13 years, long after Teresa's been gone. I was relaying the story of having Mr. Iger kind of run into me after my failed interview, and I remember that everything about that distinctly. And part of that was, as my undershirt, I had my white clothing company shirt with the big green California map on it. So. Yep, wearing that in the picture with
giveaways.
Yeah, wearing that in the picture with Newsboy Mickey, I think it was, out there at Buena Vista Street.
Nice.
And then, sitting there on that bench, and Mr. Iger came up to have a meeting at Storytellers and saw the woe is me look on my face after having failed the first interview, and we ended up talking. And he looked at me when he went in for the meeting, and Teresa came out to clock out, and he goes, "Next time you interview, you belong here. You're good." And there I was 10 years later. And then when he got his job back, thank you, God, I ran into him a few months ago at the park, and I went to go and reintroduce myself, and he looked at the name tag and he goes, "I knew you'd get here." Like,
nice.
It's like Benjamin when you're like, "Gee, huh?" Yeah, it was awesome.
It was meant to be.
I will forever, like, I know he's been in the news the last couple of days, him and Miss Drescher. Jeez. Because whatever you think about his position in the company or whatever, wonderful human being, wonderful man. And you can ask for a boss of Disney to be more nice and more personable. Compared to the guy that succeeded him and then subsequently said bye-bye, Bob Iger is... I wish there hadn't been a gap in his 10 years. And to be fair, he had to succeed Michael Eisner, which was not a easy thing to do with everything. Okay, so for the record, for everybody coming in late, yes, this is a wrestling show primarily, but it is the anniversary of Talk Wrestling. It's my 16th anniversary doing this show, so we're just kind of going for it. It's an all topics allowed.
Yeah, I thought it had been changed anyways to Talk Wrestling or Anything with Jeff Meacham, and I could swear we're talking about anything, but
it was briefly, but the whole anything didn't really work because when I did say anything, people would always ask me wrestling questions. Like, I'll go back to it. Now they're,
whoops,
you guys are never satisfied.
For real.
I'm not gonna say
because you never super chat. Anyway,
you always satisfy us, Jeff. You do a good job of this.
Thank you, Josh. You're
almost doing it for 16 years.
That's right. Hey, if any guy can satisfy their audience for 16 years, they're doing something right. Hello, how you doing? A little respect around here, huh? A little respect.
There we go. Now you get where I was going with that.
Can we shoot fight? I don't want to shoot fight. I'm a lover, not a fighter, real Wyatt.
I mean,
must be
I just
doing
got work done on my prosthetic today, but I'll take it off and.
And you know what though? It's funny that you said that as Josh is talking over you. You should be. Courtney.
Me too.
Damn it. You're batting zero, Mansfield. So I actually got to talk to Corey last time they were out here in California about that, and he apparently knew and tried to make it not be a thing. And he was, of course, vetoed because he's not the boss. But he didn't apologize because he's not going to apologize. But he was like, I thought that was not the best thing of them to do. And it's kind of one of those, I just go for it and I do what I'm told. I'm like, dude, you're good. You're a paid employee. I understand. So wasn't gravy. And you know what? It's so not the same show now because he's got that Irish pug co-host of his now. So it's like, whatever. After the Bell was always Jeff Meacham, not Jeff Meacham and. Just like Talk Wrestling for the most part has been Jeff Meacham, not Jeff Meacham and. So they can call it whatever they want.
That's not entirely true. There were a few after the Bells that at least had Peanut Gallery
yes.
through the shows. So
there
may not always been someone sitting next to you.
No, okay. So on camera,
the way we did things in the Casa, there was always Peanut Gallery overflow on everybody's show.
Well, that's what made it work half the time. But when you're doing the shows live, it makes it a little more complicated because then you get, take 32. We're live, pal. Oh shit, I'm not Psycho Sid. I can't do this. Not live. But yeah, like I said, I've tried very hard to let go of what few regrets I did have about doing anything, really. So I've enjoyed this experience. I've enjoyed, yeah, it's, every show, every partnership, every relationship goes through growing pains, and, much like the song, you keep on going after that. And Aaron and I took our little year hiatus and had our little time out from each other. And we both realized that we were not the problem in that disillusion. And now that person is no longer a issue. So all is well in Puppet Land, as they say at Pee-wee's Playhouse. So another deep cut, Pee-wee's Playhouse. Anybody old enough to watch Pee-wee's Playhouse? I know somebody in the room is not. Anybody else?
Never heard of it.
Oh, you're fired.
I've heard of it. I just never watched it. I know who Pee Wee Herman is. Don't get me wrong. I just never watched it.
Yeah. Pee-wee's Playhouse. Pee-wee's Playhouse was good to watch as a kid, and then watching it back as an adult, it's like, man, this show was not for kids at all.
Nope.
So much underlying innuendo, man. Like, ooh, man, Paul got away with some shit on that show. I love it though. Anyway, well, if you want to get timed out, just say so. Like, Jesus Christ. Anyway,
it's 2 today.
Dang.
Today. Nobody's been outright banned, but they have been timed out. Please give me reason to ban. I don't give a shit today. That's right. That's right. Secret word. Today's secret word is Mickey. If you try to brag on Mickey, we'll scream real loud and then ban your ass. Ah!
I'm not going to scream. My girlfriend's asleep in the other room, but
Now,
my sister just went to bed, so yeah, I don't want to die either.
I live alone and sad and lonely. I don't care how loud I am. Anyway, I know you know, but I'll ask the bottom row. You might know because you've been at Disney World recently-ish, G.
Yes.
Anybody know Paul Rubens' connection to an in-park attraction? And that character is still in the parks now in a different role.
Is it in Hollywood Studios?
Where is that land back in Florida, Jay? Do you know off the top of your head?
I have no clue. I've never been to Florida.
No, I understand that, smart ass. I'm trying to remember where it is. And I don't want to look at that podcast, so I'm gonna look it up. So,
I have no idea.
Okay, well, let me answer your question first, and then we'll see if you can get there based on my answer here. First of all,
screw you, Virtue.
Hey, you know what? Don't respond if you don't want to comment back, because he'll keep responding until you. If you ignore the trolls, they'll go away, right, Virtue? Anyway,
so you're saying Virtue's a troll right now?
I didn't say that. He's a troll slayer. Don't you dare get me in trouble with Virtue. I will time you at that again. You dare get me in trouble.
You're about to get even more mad again, Jeff.
What happened? All right, that's cool. Ban hammer.
There you go.
Okay, bye.
So I know it. So
what can I say except go fuck off? Anyway, I'm allowed. It's my show. Anyway, so to answer your question, the character, his role is in a area within Hollywood Studios. G, yes. Paul Rubens' character that you hear in the parks, his role, the character is at Hollywood Studios.
Oh my God. Is it the Tower of Terror?
No, but it should be. You see that?
Okay.
All right.
Okay, I wouldn't know then.
That's okay. So, Paul Rubens is the voice on Star Tours of the original Captain Rex, who is now DJ Rex in Oga's Cantina and Galaxy's Edge.
That's interesting.
So
maybe I didn't put 2 and 2 together.
And again, like I got accused this morning by ruining the magic this afternoon during Stepway Sports Bar. I'm gonna ruin more of the magic. So get ready, everybody. Here we go. When the one part of the show of the Cantina where the everybody loses power and they all power down, when you hear Rex like laughing, it's straight Pee-wee laugh. It's like, oh my God, Paul, at least try. least try not to laugh like Pee Wee. But yeah. Anyway, he has been that voice for God. When did Star Wars open? 86, I think it was. Yeah, he's been the voice the entire time. Yeah, something like that. I remember because they had that awful Mickey voice that was one of the official voices. Star Wars is open. It's like, you stop. No.
That would be awesome, Psycho Jet Black. That would be awesome.
Does the Cantina have an amateur? You know what? They should. That is a great cut. I am so glad somebody besides you or me brought the holiday special. That made my night. Cool. That made my night. That really did.
I still have yet to watch the holiday special.
It is on YouTube.
I've heard how bad it is.
It is on YouTube. There's no excuse. I will say, since you don't subscribe to Straight Edge, feel free to get liquored the hell up before you watch it. It'll be better, I think.
Have you watched the full Ahsoka trailer yet?
Yeah. I did. It was good.
Right?
Like I said, I am.
If you guys would like for us to go back to talk wrestling, super chat. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Like I said, Jeff show.
Care?
Like, seriously, I'm so excited for Ahsoka. Like, it's basically Star Wars Rebels Season 5. But it's going to be so freaking awesome because Rebels was my thing.
Can we possibly work today?
I never saw Rebels. I never watched Rebels or the Clone Wars.
Bad JJ. JJ.
No. Not enough time for JJ.
Yeah, exactly.
I have watched every single movie. Multiple times. Have you sat through the Ewok movies, Josh?
Yeah.
If not, then don't come at me, bro.
Okay, JJ, I will make you a deal. I will watch the holiday special and the Ewok movies. You go back and watch Rebels.
How many seasons is there of it? I don't know if that's fair.
4. But
that's not a fair thing. I'm asking you to watch like 5.5 hours of content. You're watching me to ask like 3 days worth of shows.
There is a list of specific episodes to watch to prepare for Ahsoka. I will send you that list.
I never watched any of the cartoons either, Star Wars, so.
Gee, you're on my crap list too. Bad.
Okay. G. I'm not sure what channel he used to super chat, but I'll take it. And wherever it is, I'll make sure I get the money from wherever channel it came from. Because it wasn't mine because I banned him, or whatever channel I banned him from. Thank you for the $2. He wants Mickey James, Nick Aldis, and WWE. Well, Nick's apparently going back, so cool for him.
Honestly, so do
we
all.
Yeah, we all do. We really do. Yeah.
I want Mickey versus Charlotte. Just give it to me.
When was Nick Aldis in WWE?
He wasn't officially. They were talking right after he left the NWA. And then actually when I saw him at Dresselmania earlier this year, before he wouldn't tell me why he banned me and then walked away because he's a coward. There was talks he was going to be in WWE, and then all of a sudden there he was in Impact again, and now he's apparently gone again. So, by the way,
I will tell you that Wyatt's super chat didn't come on my channel either, so it had to go through either Aaron or Greg.
Aaron, most likely.
Or maybe I banned him on one of those channels and he came through mine. I don't know, but whatever it is, like I said, I appreciate the super chat. Just don't rag on Mickey Mouse in my show. There are very few things I will outright ban somebody for. Ragging on the boss is one of them. Either boss, Aaron or Mickey. Don't mess with those guys. And not necessarily in that order half the time either, because I love Aaron more than Mickey sometimes. Anyway, Mickey James is retiring. She's still out with the injury, and then she's kind of been off and on. So we'll see. There was a question for JJ that I saw that I did want to bring up because
Emmanuel super chatted also.
Oh, I didn't see it. Where did it go? Hang on, I'll find it. There it is. Emmanuel. Cue Pee Wee Herman alarm for happy anniversary, Jeff. Okay, I will say I had a Pee Wee Herman alarm once, and I have nightmares because of that thing. The only thing worse than that, I think, was the DDPY alarm I had for a while. Yeah, training with Dallas is one thing. Having him wake you out of a sound-ass sleep is a whole other adventure.
Psycho Jet Black's last one.
Okay, I'm working on it. I gotta get back to
Mickey Unwrapped was the name of the album.
What?
Yes.
That's terrifying.
If you have never heard of this, go on to YouTube, look up Mickey Mouse, Whoomp, There It Went. Not Whoop, There It Is. Whoop There It Went.
I have to look that up later.
Along with Tag Team doing their version of Whoop There It Is. And then if that's not the best part, there's a track called What a Mouse. And it is Daisy and Minnie doing Salt and Peppa's What a Man.
What a mouse.
Talking about how great Mickey is.
That's right.
I shit y'all not, dude. You guys need to look into that.
Now, what's really funny about that, Jay, you've seen the Mickey Mouse right now in all its glory.
Yes.
They talk about Mousercise in the lead up to the queue and Disco Mickey Mouse, which should be Bruno status. Never talk about that mess again. Damn. But Mickey rap, oh no, it's too subculture. So Disco Mickey Mouse, yeah, that was a thing. I'm glad I wasn't alive for that.
That's terrifying.
I have no regrets whatsoever.
Although I did grow up in an era where Mousercise on the Disney Channel was a thing.
Yes.
What?
If you see him in the park on TV in a workout jumpsuit exercising.
Yep. Oh, Lordy.
Because even in 1983-84, the youth of America was getting too freaking fat, and Mickey Mouse was helping us lose weight.
I both resent and resemble that. Shame on you.
That is a terrifying thought. And I remember when Disney would show their musical movies and they do some of the choreography in between, during the commercials, I'd try and do the dancing choreography. Mm-hmm. That's more scary than that.
Emmanuel, yes, the Mickey Mouse Mambo number 5, and
that was good.
And the Baha Men, who let Snow White up instead of Who Let the Dogs Out.
Yes,
I'll have to look this up.
Oh yes, look. Seriously, if you guys do nothing else with the rest of your Tuesday and the start of your Wednesday, look this shit up and learn something. Oh my God, these are great.
And I'm gonna go just one more for you, just because we can't give all the love to Disney.
Not
Space Jam soundtrack.
Yes.
Bugs Bunny rapping a song called Buggin'.
Oh, Space Jam, dude! Yeah. I used to. I own that. I don't own it.
On the CD. Who says the bunny can't rock? You're bugging.
I remember that album. I had that album when I was a kid. When Space Jam first came out, I remember buying that album.
I see the chats, Josh. Relax.
No, I'm pointing to G. I was saying Space Jam. So that movie, my next oldest cousin, he actually had the little action figures and the ship from that movie.
Oh, the monster!
I still know where they are.
All right, so there's actually quite. I'm actually starring these. We're going along here because I don't want to miss these.
I'm seeing that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The Space Jam soundtrack, G, was always fire to me. I always tell the story when me and Statboy would go on the college radio station, we would start every show with "Hit 'Em High."
Oh my God!
Oh yeah!
We have now taken over your radio.
Yeah.
Perfect way to just come onto a radio show.
Yep.
And the fact that the song slapped too, just
right. All right.
We went from Disney to Warner Brothers.
That's okay. That's all right.
If you see the police, you better warn a brother.
All right.
What?
Sorry, boss. Randy Savage. Sorry, boss. Randy Savage's rap album was hysterical. I'm not even the diss on Hulk was great.
Randy Savage had a rap album.
Mickey Mouse is a better rapper, though.
He is, I know. But yeah.
Yes, Randy Savage had a rap album.
Called
Yes, Josh. There was a rap album from Macho Man, and were you old enough, you would know that because I interviewed Randy and Bryan Adams on the original Extreme Mayhem. Yeah.
But when did he do the rap album?
2003.
I was going to say,
I was a little
somewhere in there.
There you go, Macho Man shirt on Big G. I like it. Top of the line, cream of the crop shirt. Yeah. Wow. Greg's going, damn it, I didn't even wake up and do my Macho Man and after you, Jeff, because that sucks. Anyway.
I wonder who ghost wrote Macho's album, because Macho didn't write those rhymes himself.
He may have written Be a Man, because he really did hate Terry like a lot. So, All right, let's see here. Walter wants to know my answer to the topic earlier in the review. The worst Rumble winner and who should have won that specific Rumble. Damn. This might be a hot take. And I think Jay might agree, but maybe not. For me, it's the decision to have Batista win, not John Cena. And I say that, hang on, let me, before you get all.
Go ahead.
Hang on. No, I'm talking to Mansfield down there in his face. Think about long term. The programs leading to WrestleMania were both good. The matches WrestleMania, not so much. JJ can attest to that being there live. The programs coming out of WrestleMania, John, while the crowd turned on him, continued to soar. Batista kind of treaded water. Then he got hurt. And as good as his stuff with Undertaker was, he was never really the same and never was the guy that the company really wanted him to be, which was the guy they could strap the rocket fuel to and go to the moon with. Whereas John was that guy and probably should have won the Rumble and been the definitive last match of the night.
My mistake. I thought you meant 2014.
I mean, that was pretty piss poor too, to be fair.
No, I'm going to go ahead and as much as I shit on Dave, I think him winning that Rumble was the right call.
Okay.
Because the whole back and forth with him and Triple H, and is he going to challenge JBL or challenge Hunter and be the final nail in the coffin of Evolution?
True.
That was some great storytelling.
Okay.
I think they should have. I don't know. I don't think Vince blowing his quads was necessary, but
that's awful.
Worst Rumble winner, in my opinion, I'm going to go with, and forgive me for the year, because I know it was during my time away, but the year that Roman had to defend the title and Triple H won it.
2016.
Yeah.
I think that was hot garbage. Triple H at that point did not need to be winning the Rumble and becoming champion.
Okay.
I don't know who I would have put in its place. Maybe AJ Styles. What better way to make a fucking debut? Excuse me. We've already done way more than 5 of them at this point. Whatever.
Yeah.
What better way to make a debut? You enter number 3 surprise entrant, Mr. TNA, and you walk out of your debut match as the WWE champion.
Yep.
That's how I would have done that.
Yeah. I'm going to agree with this one too. Sheamus in 2012. And I say that because think about, if anybody can if you guys here in the room without looking it up, what was the big moment of Sheamus's world title reign after he squashed Bryan?
I can't think of anything.
Thank you. Exactly. Whereas if the runner-up, Jericho, had won, we wouldn't have got a cool program with him and Punk. Yes. Or maybe would have anyway. But we probably still would have got it, and we would have got a Rumble win to support it too.
I do remember him having a match with Big Show at one point with his world title run. That's all I remember.
Which was the end of the world title run.
I agree with King Mike 1 there. I still feel, and I know it's a hot take, but I still feel like Kane should have won that 01 Rumble. I know it's a hot take. I know we needed to get Austin back to the title, but I mean, as many people as Kane eliminated in that match, he kind of deserved it at that point.
No, I agree with that.
And Austin was Austin. He could have had a match against Kane on Raw the next night for the title shot.
Or No Way Out or something.
Or No Way Out, something. But Kane still would have been in the history books as having won that Rumble.
So,
and I disagree with the person who put Ronda. I know a lot of people hate on Ronda right now, but Ronda winning that Rumble was the right decision.
At that point, yeah. So for me, let me go ahead and get rid of that. I think both times the record was broken. So Kane in 01 is definitely a talkable should have been. Roman breaking that record but not winning that Rumble was also a crime. Because that was 2014 that he did that. 2015 was when he won the Rumble and everybody turned on him.
Yeah.
But if he had that dominant a show and then didn't win, it was like, why did we even? Why then? Yeah. Why was it a thing? And why are we having to deal with Batista now? Roman was already on fire at that point. They weren't even officially broken up yet. So, anyway, yes, Josh, you please answer this since we're not a review earlier.
I have two. One, 2011.
Alberto.
Because Del Crapo should not have won. I'm not sorry. Who should have won that? Cena, probably.
2011.
That was not a good stacked Rumble at all.
Well, I mean, Cena still got his match with Miz at the end of that show, and Edge defended against Del Rio in the opening match, and that was Edge's last match for a while. So who do you put in that spot? Because Cena was already in a title match as it was.
Yeah, and he was in the main event, and he didn't even have to win the Rumble.
Yeah. So who do you?
I know Del Rio just no.
Well, no. Hang on. I am fine with you disagreeing with Del Rio. I agree with you on the disagreement about Del Rio. But part of the question was, who would you put in that spot instead?
To face Edge or to win the Rumble?
To win the Rumble.
Well, both Cena. At that point it'd be both at that point because Cena got the main event match against Miz anyway, so he didn't need the Rumble.
I mean, did he need it? No, but I just would have gone with Cena.
Wait, hang on.
I see what he's saying, Jeff, because
I do too.
If he was in the main event anyways, then if he won the Rumble, he still gets the main event spot at Mania.
Yeah. So instead of having instead of having a double spot burn because John was going to be in that last match, we need somebody to face the other champion. Who do you have win the Rumble to face Edge besides Alberto Del Rio? That's the question I'm trying to ask.
At that point, I probably would have gone with who was on SmackDown at that time.
Well, it didn't have to be SmackDown. They can cross brands too, remember?
Punk, that's a good idea. That would have been an interesting idea.
It wouldn't be him and Randy, I thought, at that point.
Yeah, I was McIntyre maybe, but
McIntyre wasn't ready yet.
True.
Yeah, Drew was 2 years in. He was still a baby. Yeah, no.
I mean, for goodness sakes, the year before, he was originally penciled in to face the Streak before HBK.
Isn't that scary? Think about that.
Oh my god!
Right? Yeah. Drew just being another victim of the Streak in 2010. That would have been the end of him for sure.
And then they just did that match on SmackDown a couple weeks before.
Which, whatever.
I mean, now my second Rumble choice for wrong winner, 2017. Randy did not need that win. You had Lesnar in there. You had Goldberg in there. You had Taker in there. Everyone wanted Taker to win that Rumble that year.
The 10th anniversary of his winning the first time, yeah.
And then, I remember watching Adam Blampier's video on that Rumble and saying, Randy Orton winning, that's a funny way to spell The Undertaker. Yeah.
Put up Walter's last comment.
Yes. 100%.
I agree with that. I'll agree with that.
Considering Christian eventually got the championship as a trophy because Edge had to retire anyways.
Right.
Just to lose it to Orton 3 days later.
I feel sad for cheering for that now. Watching that match. Because I did.
I like this comment, and I don't disagree with it because, yes, it was Shawn's first Rumble win, and I love Shawn Michaels. But that Rumble match sucked. And the match with Diesel, didn't live up to what it could have been. Their match a year and a half later in your house before Kevin left was so much better.
Yeah, and we were talking about that the other night when you were here. He didn't even put the title on Shawn.
No.
He went from 1 to 30, the first person to go coast to coast, and you jobbed him out at Mania.
Yeah. And
first person to win from coast to coast, we can't even acknowledge anymore.
He is Bruno status for sure. But yeah, again, was the plan to put the title on Shawn? No. Have they called audibles in the past? Yes. That crowd, as much as they wanted to hate Shawn, they couldn't help themselves. They organically turned that boy babyface that night. I know because they dropped him like a freaking bad habit the next night anyway. So,
and honestly, if they weren't going to put the belt on him, why not have Bulldog win it?
Right.
Bulldog could have had the main event against Diesel and lost.
Because that would have been a great further path to him having that heel turn he did in the summer anyway. Because he would have been frustrated about losing. And then, remember, because he turned on Diesel in a tag match. You were watching, so you don't. Sorry, I'm going way out of your zone there.
It's okay. I don't even think he was alive at the point. So
that's fair too. So yeah, there was a thing where
teach us, Professor.
Yeah, thank you. Luger and Davey were the Allied Powers at that WrestleMania against the Blue Brothers. And over the course of the summer, Lex was, working for free pretty much, or however you want to call it. And there was a hint that he was going to do the same thing Davey did, which was turn on Diesel during a tag match against Men on a Mission. Lex ended up helping Kevin Diesel at the end of that match at SummerSlam, but Davey had turned, and that's when he started evolving from he came out of the dreads, kind of had like that long wavy hair, and then he buzzed his hair and became the Bulldog we all saw at the end of his career. But yeah, I would have liked to seen him be the championship challenger at WrestleMania and have that slow burn, have that Eddie Ray thing where you build, it's like, okay, it's a respect thing, and it's like, you know what? I'm sick of losing to this guy. Brink!
Yeah.
that would have been great, because then Lex leaving wouldn't have been near as disastrous. And again, pull a thread, butterfly effect.
Mm-hmm.
As we talk about all the time, Jay. All right, we're getting down to almost 2 hours. I wasn't expecting to do this shit.
You got a bunch of comments starred.
I know. I'm going back here. I'm gonna go look here. All right. I work for Disney. Have I seen High School? No. Okay. I gotta be real careful. Okay.
And once you go, I have something I want to say about this. So please go ahead.
I am a fan of most musicals. I am.
Josh,
I'm one of those rare guys that likes musicals. I even like Zach and Ashley and the people in these movies. I'm just not a fan of the franchise. I couldn't get into it. Not my musical cup of tea. Or in this case, glass of whiskey, which soon. Anyway, what were you going to say about it, Jay?
As I have Josh down here giving a stern grapefruit face.
We need to wait. Hang on, because we've been talking about this. Hold that face, Josh, for just 1 second. Hang on.
That way we can meme that later.
Don't move. And okay. Okay, very good. All right, thank you. Carry on.
Okay, good.
Sorry, my computer lags like a bitch. Sorry. Anyway.
So here's
the Meltzer of the multiverse is done with your crap.
So here's the thing.
Yes.
I've never seen the movies.
Right.
Because hold on, Mansfield, let me explain, Lucy. Back when I worked for Staff Pro, we had to do High School Musical live, where they basically took the best of the first movie and the best of the second movie, and they squished it into an hour and a half presentation.
Oh yeah, it's rough. Rough. No, that was rough.
And my daughter's mom worked that for a week and a half, multiple shows on the weekends. So I have no desire to sit through them. I will at some point, because one of the things I'm going to put up down the road for people to vote on are Disney Channel original movies this month on Renegades Reviews. And there's a trilogy there. But I lost all respect for the franchise and for the fans of the franchise when me and my daughter's mom were in DCA one year and somebody came up to her as she's wearing a Bayside Tigers t-shirt.
Oh, I remember this. Oh boy. And
asked if that was a High School Musical shirt.
If ever I thought JD was going to murder somebody at Disney, it was that day. I'll tell you what.
And if, Josh, you don't know what the Bayside Tigers are, then you have no room to talk to me about High School Musical.
So do you? Do you know what it is?
No.
So if you want me to watch the High School Musical, no, bring him back in. Bring him back in. Because if he wants me to watch the High School Musical franchise, he needs to go watch Saved by the Bell.
The good one.
Yes.
That's
Saved by the Bell, yes. For goodness sakes, my sister loved that show. I used to watch the reruns with her when I was in high school.
You should know what the Bayside Tigers are. That's their school and their mascot.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So the fact that a High School Musical fan thought my girlfriend was wearing a High School Musical shirt because the tiger, the wildcat, even though it clearly said Bayside Tigers. So clearly this High School Musical fan is uneducated and doesn't know how to read. They need to go back to Sesame Street and reading Rainbow.
Or go back to high school.
I lost all respect for the fans at that point.
All right, so.
But like Jeff, I like Zac Efron.
I do.
I like Vanessa Hudgens. I like Ashley Tisdale.
Yeah.
I like them in other stuff. Just don't force me to sit down and watch that franchise.
Josh, I'll make you happy. I have watched the High School Musical movies there.
Thank you. But JJ, just so you know.
Damn, Psychojet Black said Screech can cut a better promo than Ronda Rousey.
He's not wrong, to be fair.
True. Rest in peace, Screech.
Doesn't get a better promo now than Ronda can cut.
Damn.
Yeah, I actually did a Dustin Diamond tribute video on my channel when he passed away.
You did. And I was very happy.
JJ,
yes.
Just so you know, now that you've said this, you just made our Disney karaoke night far worse for you.
Okay. That's assuming that it comes up for me, or you're willing to super chat the full 30 to force me to sing one of those songs.
Ain't nobody gonna do that. They need Christmas music money.
I'm not Noah Foster because I know if I do that, then my ass is in for it.
Right. Yeah.
And he's already got the Mr. Burns excellent thing going on right there where he's plotting my demise.
Yes. So to answer the last question I starred, Goofy is actually a dog.
Yes.
His original name was Dippy Dog.
Yes.
DIPPYDAWG, because they decided to, make it cool like that, before he became the more popularly known name of Goofy.
Yes.
I had a question for you. We were walking by the Pacific Wharf yesterday. They're still doing construction on Tokyo, San Fran, Tokyo over there. The people in my party remembered Goofy and Max fishing off the wharf. Do you remember that? I never saw that.
I never saw that either.
Okay. No, it wasn't just me. All right.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
But I never saw it.
Right.
No, Joey Perez. From Justin to Kelly was almost Grease 3. And if you don't know what that is, Google it.
Yes. And when you do, you come back here and we will apologize to you for making you go Google that because
if your channel accepts super chats, I will super sticker you $2 just because you subjected yourself.
It's rough. You know what? Wyatt just got himself a forgiveness for me because I love me some Boy Meets World, so that's okay.
Yeah, I did too.
I'm okay with that.
I was so sad when they canceled Girl Meets World.
You know what?
Thank you, Walter.
We're getting so far in the damn weeds on this.
Thank you, Walter.
Yeah. I
watched the college years too.
College years was good. New class.
Morning is Bliss. Yeah. The original Saved by the Bell once they moved to California. College years, Hawaiian Vacation, and the wedding in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
That's all you need. The new class had its moments.
Yes.
But those things, that's all you need.
The new class was only really good when the old schoolers popped in for a cameo, honest to God. I will say this. If you still have that picture that I saw for the first time we were doing a show the other day of somebody from Miss Bliss with somebody from the last year of Saved by the Bell, please throw that picture up because I'm going to blow everybody's mind showing that again. If you still have it. If you don't have it handy, that's fine.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay, good. That picture here, we're going to use it. That picture mind fucked me, and y'all will see why if you know what I'm talking about when we get it out there. To answer this question, we're going to throw back to our first game show night we ever did.
Read the question because I'm away from the screen, so I can't see it.
It says, Yo, JM, tell me why Goldberg would face Ryback. How delusional is Ryback? Ryback is so delusional.
How delusional is he?
Ryback is so delusional. He actually thinks Skip Sheffield was a good gimmick, too. Anyway.
Out of line, but not wrong.
That's right. But we have a Skippy Flyback shirt over at JeffMeachNetwork.com Teespring you should buy because it's funnier than shit and it'll get my dad money. So that's good. Because he called it Skippy Flyback and that just stuck in my head. So I'll take it.
It's perfect.
Well, just figure some dumbass announcer, probably stupid ass Michael Cole, before we got respect for him, called him Flyback. And I'm like, dude, Skippy Flyback just happens right there. As soon as my dad said that, I was like, damn it, that's a shirt. Has to be.
Found it coming through now.
Okay, cool. Are you putting it in the room?
No, I'm not logged in.
That's right. Yeah, I forgot. You're not.
So it's in your chat thing.
You're not admin right now. Give me a second here. Okay. So if anybody in the room remembers the original Saved by the Bell concept, which was Good Morning Miss Bliss, featuring
I remember
Mills,
that.
Love Haley Mills. So that was the show where
it was basically Saved by the Bell Junior High, Josh.
Right, which is what they put it in syndication as.
Lisa and Screech, and then three other kids. Yeah, and Belding.
Yeah. Belding was still there, but they were in like somewhere in Indiana instead of this random like Midwest town or whatever.
And
but
for some reason, all three of them moved to California together. Like that was explained.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like we don't talk about it.
Like Bruno.
Right. But anyway, so when they came to California, they did the whole series. The very last season, they had some episodes that Jesse and Kelly didn't appear on for some sort of contractual whatever. So they had the character.
They only signed
Tori.
for a half a season.
That's what it was. So they had a character named Tori created with the leather jacket, played by Leanna Creel, was the twin that played. Was the sibling that played her, right?
Correct.
Okay, so we're talking about what show are we doing where this came up?
We weren't doing any show. I was showing you images for one of my upcoming movie months.
Oh, that's right. So JJ is going to do a thing coming up. It's basically like
live action Disney movies,
and stuff. And of course, Haley Mills, if you're a Disney fan, did The Parent Trap. We all know that. It was before Lindsay Lohan got The Parent Trap. It was Haley Mills. I didn't know there were two sequels to that. Here's where the mind fuck for the Saved by the Bell fans comes in. This is the graphic for Parent Trap 3.
What?
Haley Mills.
The girl in black is the girl that played Tori on Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
Right, yeah,
Haley
she looks
Mills
familiar.
is the one right next to her. That's Miss Bliss.
And Haley Mills is in the age range she was when she was playing Miss Bliss. And I looked at his computer and I went, okay, that is the mindfuck of mindfucks. I'm going to bed. I'm done. I can't. So yeah, before anybody moved to Bayside, Miss Bliss and Tori. Dude, can you imagine Zach in some weird alternate time frame going,
right, going to pick up Tori and Miss Bliss is there. It's like, hey.
It's like, what? Okay, when did Disney buy us and turn into a multiverse? What the hell did I walk into here?
Dude, if she had shown up for the wedding in Las Vegas,
that would have been the best freaking cut callback in the history of the universe, man. That would have been great.
Now, let's be honest, Jeff. You're talking about Disney and multiverse. The original multiverse was the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Hannah Montana, and That's So Raven crossover.
No, the original
episodes.
multiverse was the Universal Monsters, Mansfield.
What?
He said what? Put him on timeout again, Jeff.
No, I'm asking a genuine question.
The original multiverse was the Universal Monsters of the 30s and the 40s. Frankenstein, Dracula, the Wolfman.
Okay, yes.
Because there were a bunch of movies in the mid to late 40s where they meshed up. And you had Frankenstein meets the Wolfman. House of Frankenstein that had Frankenstein, Dracula, the Wolfman in there. You had House of Dracula, same thing. Abbott and Costello meets Frankenstein, same thing. The Invisible Man even has a cameo at the end of that one.
Does the Scooby-Doo thing that they did with those sorts of monsters count?
No.
Okay.
What did he say? What did he ask?
Right, Dan, does the Scooby-Doo thing that they did with those type of monsters count? No, Josh, that's a bad job. And yes,
Josh, you want to get like slapped? You're gonna get slapped in the face one of these.
Josh doesn't know the Universal Monsters. That's a damn shame.
I'm still a baby.
So what? That's the dude.
My son saw Frankenstein at 3 years old. Shut your baby face.
Okay, I know who those people are. I just have never seen any of those movies.
That's not my fault. That's not my fault. You uneducated and ignorant. Why are you ignorant for? You made a choice today.
Most of those are just a little over an hour, like an hour and 10 minutes, dude. You can do like 3 of them during Avengers Endgame.
That's it. I'm calling Universal on the bat phone. Give me a second.
Okay.
Hello?
I swear, we need to just have a episode where either you guys teach me all this stuff and I say what I do.
Quiet. I'm talking to the bat phone. Quiet you. Okay, here's the deal. We need to get all these.
That phone is Warner Brothers, but he's calling Universal on a Disney phone.
Shit, quiet you.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. Here's what we're gonna do.
You're gonna
all kinds of
I'm busy. Okay.
You want to talk about a real multiverse?
Right.
We need to get the following movies facts. Listen to me. Okay, I can't do this. I'm trying to do this thing. I can't even make fun of my damn self. How'd you unmute yourself? Who did that?
Aren't most of them on Peacock, dude? Because they're Universal movies.
I don't know.
They might have been.
Unfortunately.
And King Mike, you're right. We had Zach and Cody and Hannah Montana. Exactly. They are amazing.
Josh, I know what you're talking about. I have those DVDs. I have the one with That's So Raven. I have the Sweet Life on Deck of Hannah Montana. I've got all those. I've even got the Wish Gonna Miss.
Oh, there you go. That was a good one.
Okay, so I know what you're talking about. I got you.
Yeah, That's So Secret Life of Hannah Montana.
But if thank you. But if you really want to get technical, the multiverse began with the Universal Monsters.
And if you want to get real technical, go back to 1925 with the original non-singing Phantom of the Mucker-Fuddin' Opera.
Damn right.
I scored some points JD on that, so we're going to cut now.
And then there's also the View Askew universe.
There you go.
What?
Big Gino's
what I'm talking about. No snoochie boochies for him.
Hold on. He's asking. Calm down, guys. He's asking me to repeat myself because at first listen, it is a bit of a mouthful. It's called the View Askew universe.
Never heard of
View Askew is the production company for Kevin Smith. It's Clerks, Mallrats, Chasing Amy, Dogma, Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back, Clerks 2, Jay and Silent Bob Reboot, and Clerks 3.
I've never heard of any of those.
All of those feature the characters of Jay and Silent Bob. They're the one constant in all of those movies.
Yeah.
Some movies, they're background characters and they only have like one scene, like in Chasing Amy. Some movies, they're more of a focal point, like Dogma. Some movies, it's their freaking movie, like the ones that actually say Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Okay. I've never seen any of those. Or heard of them.
Yeah, as a Catholic boy, you should watch Dogma.
No, I was going to say, as a Catholic boy, watch Clerks too.
I know, because he's totally Elias.
Damn it!
I don't know what that means.
You're gonna need to watch it and find out.
Fuck around and find out, Josh.
Dre Santee, care for a chocolate covered pretzel?
We really just need to have an episode of something where you guys just roast me for my lack of knowledge on stuff.
We do that anyways.
I'm aware, but
Stat Boy isn't here, so you've basically taken his role for the evening.
Oh my god.
Okay, I am not. No, I can't swear, so I'm gonna be good.
Oh.
Well, you're gonna say you're not that bad. Mikey's seen those movies.
So JJ, I looked up at that shop that you were talking about. That's like an hour and 46 minutes away from Prudential Center, so that's like way out of the.
It's still worth it, bro. If you've got.
I know. I would have to do that like one of these other days.
Hey, JJ, Daniel's comments just for you, brother.
I say it.
Sorry.
Better have a silver bullet or silver cane on standby. Say your prayers by night, or you'll become. Thank you, Daniel.
Oh my god.
Daniel's such a subscriber. He understands.
That's right.
I don't know any of that.
We went to talk wrestling, to talk anything, to talk Disney, to talk movies.
To talk just bashing on Josh.
Oh, here you go. Jay, you follow Jim Cummings on Twitter, right?
Of course I do. Twitter,
he posted
Instagram.
the original opening video of Winnie the Pooh Bear with him singing. Did you see that shit?
I did see
I saw that, yeah.
Oh my, I was like, I gotta talk to, I totally forgot to talk to you while I was with you last week. That was awesome.
And Josh has no idea who Jim Cummings is. So we're just gonna move on from that.
I'm trying to think what I can say to somewhat redeem myself. Does me watching the original Sabrina the Teenage Witch count?
No.
For anything?
No, I mean, as a company rep, yes, thank you for watching TGIF, but no. Go ahead, try again. We're good. We're good.
If you can spell Apu's last name from The Simpsons without Googling it, you'll be redeemed.
Oh yeah.
Gosh, it's been so long since I've watched that stupid show.
To be fair, Jeff, it's been stupid for over 20 years. I stopped watching The Simpsons in the mid-90s.
Walter with the line of the night. We're going to end it there because he understands the references. Okay, so with that being said, Walter, thank you.
Oh my God, I remember that show.
Joey Perez with the hot take, and he's not wrong there.
Hans Gruber died and became the Metatron. Hell yeah.
And it wasn't even a Christmas movie. That's the saddest part of all. Anyway.
What does that even mean?
And then he became Severus Snape.
That's right.
There you go.
And I've not even seen all those movies, and I know that reference.
Okay, wait. Okay, here we go. Here's where we decide if the show's going to end or if Josh is going to get torpedoed. Do you know the character named Severus Snape?
Of course I do. Okay. I'm a Hufflepuff, boy.
I'm a Slytherin all the way.
I'm a Hufflepuff too, but I'm
Gryffindor.
Okay.
I've never seen.
Nobody's Ravenclaw. So none of us.
I've only seen the original. Never seen all of them, but I still got sorted, and I got sorted into Slytherin.
So the character, the actor that played Severus Snape in the movies, Alan Rickman, was Hans Gruber in
Die Hard.
Die Hard.
Oh, Die Hard! Good gosh.
Die Hard, good gosh, continue your sentence and choose wisely.
It just annoys me how often I have to hear Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Every single December.
That's fair.
No, it's not.
And yes, King Mike, Drake and Josh was very funny. I agree.
So
I still haven't watched that one.
Dies falling off of the plaza there.
Yes.
In Dogma, Alan Rickman is the Metatron, the highest choir of angels and the voice of the one true God.
Yes.
So Hans Gruber died and he became the Metatron. That's the joke there.
Okay.
And briefly, he sidestepped and became a sci-fi star in Galaxy Quest with Tim Allen and Sigourney Weaver for no particular reason.
Oh my God. Oh, that movie.
Because Tim Allen was trying to go to infinity and beyond, literally.
Yes. And I remember that distinctly right now in my head because, JJ, you'll appreciate this. When I put that post up about being friend zoned and it got everybody all worried about my dumb, sappy ass, the girls and Ken decided to have movie night and wanted to include me, so they gave me a stack of movies to choose from. I had seen some, hadn't seen some of them, and then somebody brought up a movie that Natalie wanted to watch, had been wanting to watch about a Walmart baby. So on the day I put a post up about that kind of shit going on in my life, we watched Where the Heart Is. Poor decision-making on Jeff Meacham's part. Because what does Ashley Judd's character go through the entire movie? Falling for the wrong type of dude and friend zoning the right type of dude every goddamn time. I make bad decisions, kids. I do.
And not only that, but you subjected my daughter to an hour and a half of Natalie
Portman. She actually chose it.
Natalie Portman.
No, she chose it. She chose the movie. I just co-signed it because I hadn't seen it before. And then we both had regrets immediately. Excuse me.
I will just say this when it comes to Tim Allen. The Santa Claus movies and the show are my favorite work of his. But I will still say, when it comes to Santa Claus movies, the original Santa Claus with John Lithgow is where it's at.
Santa Claus, the movie, yes, underrated.
What? Shit.
Does that win me any points?
Let me ask you this. This is going to be redemption or cut the show at this point, okay, Mansfield? For real. And Jeff, I hope you're listening to this. Even though you've got one ear on your phone. Rank the Santa Claus Tim Allen movies.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Depending on how you rank them, will depend on whether or not Jeff signs off for the evening and we end this show after almost 2.5 hours, or if we stay here ridiculing Josh some longer.
Fudge.
Wait.
There's only 3, Josh, so you can't royally mess up that bad.
I'm presuming that JJ and Jeff want me to rank the first as number 1.
Don't presume anything. Just give your answers.
Rank them based on your preference.
My preference 2. Crap, you guys are going to hate me for this, and I know you will, and I'm so sorry. It's going to be 2, 3, 1.
Okay.
All right, so we had a wonderful show.
Jeff, can I get your meme real quick?
Yep. Red 5, stand by. Just brought the whole. All right.
I grew up with the other 2 first. Sorry.
Okay. Hold on. Honestly, if you had said number 1 or number 3 first, you would not be getting the meme.
Sorry.
In me and Jeff's eyes, number 2 is the worst of the trilogy.
See, the only reason I didn't.
You gave your thoughts. You waited. Let JJ explain. You can
see, even King Mike in the chat is like, dude, for real?
The only reason they said 2 first is because everyone always hates on 3 so much.
See, I personally like 3 better than 1. I go 3, 1, 2 a lot of the times.
3, 1, 2
is such hot garbage because of the love story. And I get it's the Mrs. Claus. He has to find his wife.
Right.
But there's so much of the movie that drags. And Charlie is just a grade A prick for 90% of it.
Right.
You just want to reach through the TV and bitch slap him.
Yes.
Until he has that breakdown to Scott about how his dad is the greatest thing of all time and he can't tell anybody, and you realize the burden he's been carrying. It's like, okay, now it makes sense why you're being such a dick.
Yep.
But that movie is so slow moving. You could have said 1, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2. We'd be like, okay, good, we're out of here.
But 2 first and 1 last?
Oof. I can understand him putting 1 last if he grew up with 2 and 3 first. I even would have accepted if he said 3, 2, 1. Just because at least number 2 wouldn't have been the first. Yeah. My daughter loves number 2. I don't get it. Me and Jeff, like I said, we feel like it is the worst.
Emmanuel, I see all the super chats for all the shows, so no worries, dude. We see it. We're just still in the middle of discussion. So,
can I explain why?
Yes, please.
If you know me, you know I am absolutely, thanks to my sister and my late grandmother, rest in peace, I am a absolute diehard shill for Hallmark Christmas movies.
Okay.
So for me, that's why 2 with the love story ranks where it does for me.
Right.
And I can get that. I like some Hallmark Christmas movies too. I mean, dude, you put on just about any Christmas movie, you have my attention.
Right.
Going back to the High School Musical shit, I love those Princess Switch movies with Vanessa Hudgens that Netflix did.
Right?
Yep.
Those movies are so freaking adorable.
Yep.
I still haven't seen the third one in its entirety, but the first 2 are good. Yeah. And the first one I've watched multiple times.
Right.
There's another one with her.
I sat down to watch it the first time, and less than 5 minutes in, they're freaking quoting John Lennon of the Beatles. I'm like, okay, I'm hooked.
Right. So
because they use the quote, "Life is what happens to you while you're busy making other plans,"
which is so good. Oh.
That's one of my all-time favorite quotes. Period. It doesn't even matter that a Beatle said it.
Right.
That quote could come back being attributed to, and excuse the bad reference here, but that quote could have been attributed to Adolf Hitler. It's such a great quote, though.
Yeah.
You're like, man, okay, he may have done some effed up stuff, but he was on point with that quote.
The German was the one that laughed. Anyway,
shit.
You wrong for that, G. Anyway,
we went black.
No, I do that on purpose because I want to put Emmanuel's super chat up and highlight it, so that way we can use it. Because a top 10 for 4 of us, we're going to be hit for us. So, Emmanuel,
okay, look. There's 4 of us. Let's do a top 8, and each of us just give 2.
Okay, that's fair.
If that's suitable to Emmanuel, because I don't want to keep Jeff on here another 2 hours.
Well, no, I don't. But I was going to say we can bring out a different show. If you want to do it tonight, we can do it tonight. All right. So for me, as far as pyro, I wish I could enter in. Definitely. Actually, you know what? Let me go second because I just had it went away.
Okay, number 1 for me, and I know he's not your favorite, but Goldberg's pyro would be phenomenal to enter.
Goldberg's pyro is good. Yeah.
Number 2 would be the post-evolution Randy Orton with the golden sparkle falling down.
That was always cool. Yeah.
I love that. The way he just hit the pose at the top of the ramp and the stuff would fall from the ceiling. I just had another one too, and I'm blanking now.
I got mine.
Oh, Batista's. Again, I hate the fucker. But the whole machine gun pyro thing was so cool.
For me,
go for
Edge.
it.
Edge is a good one.
Edge is number 1. As much as I, in my heart of hearts, want to say Taker, I am going to say HBK. Just because, middle school me, like middle school, early high school, his theme song was like my favorite song, and I would always put that as my theme song to all my created wrestlers I would make of myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I just loved his pyro and everything. So yeah.
Considering the era that it came out with, I do enjoy HBK's. I always look at it now and it's like it's so simple.
Yeah.
But then you've got to consider the time he was using it too, and it wasn't as flashy of a product. So it fit. It was spectacular for the time.
Yeah. It's true.
Kane is another one, I think, for my list.
Yeah, Kane
especially once he was already in the ring and he'd do the whole.
Yeah.
Yep. What was funny is it became a tell after a while.
Yeah.
Because if he did it before the match, he wasn't going to win. But if he didn't do the pyro, he would win.
And then he'd do it afterwards to celebrate.
Yep.
Damn. Walter says Josh deserves the Gilbert Sparklers.
Damn.
Walter, I thought we were cool, buddy.
Damn, he got Gilbert's sparkler status. He knows he's having a bad
Santa Claus 2 at the top.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm a
okay. All right, Star Wars boy, you have done this yourself.
Okay, and do you want me to rank those? I will.
No, I'm just saying.
Oh God, no.
When you rank Santa Claus 2 worst, you have done this night to yourself, brother.
Okay, Josh. Yes, I want you to rank them. No, I don't want you to rank them here.
No.
Go on to Jeff's channel.
Yes.
Or onto my channel, The Archives.
Yeah.
Because the very first episode of the Dad's relaunch, we ranked the saga.
Yes.
Rank it in the comments there so we can see it pop up, go back. You're giving it some views.
And then, and only then, if you pick wrong, we will chastise you at that point.
That's right.
Okay.
We'll do it on open mic night.
That's right. Good. Saturday. I use it better than Tony. Anyway.
Literally, one of these open mic nights is just going to turn into roasting Josh for the stupid stuff he says for every topic.
Pretty much.
I mean, we do have a New Year's Eve highlight show coming up too, so there's that. Top 2 pyro entries you could enter. Wish you could enter.
Brock Lesnar, like when he comes out, and then when he jumped on the ring and the pyro would come out from the ring posts.
I wish he still did it. That shit was awesome.
I want to say Cody Rhodes just because, but
Cody's is pretty good.
I'm trying to think. Did Jericho have pyro when he did break the walls down? Yeah.
Yeah, the big real quick in there, and then
yeah. Because it was all black, and you would just see him do his pose, and you would hear the break the walls down.
Right.
I miss that theme song so bad.
Yeah,
but I listened to it. I have it on my playlist.
But Judas is so good, and I think we've all been to AEW where we've had Judas live now. Yes, Josh? Oh no, Josh, you haven't yet, right?
I've not gone to an AEW show, and I don't think I plan on it.
That's okay. JJ finally got it, and I got it the second time I went because in June he cut us off, the damn heel that he is.
And Big G will be going to his 8th AEW show this coming Saturday.
Look at you, fancy pants.
You'll have to
all right, so I'm going to take
You'll have to pop in during open mic night and give us your post-collision thoughts.
I will.
I'm going to take a cop-out from one of them because it is technically fire. It is pyro. The Brood.
Yes.
And that's not because I'm one of Dave Heath's friends because I love some Gangrel, but just that whole beat and the whole coming up, that was just awesome. The other one, since everybody else said a bunch of ones I would have gone with, I do like Goldberg's Pyro. God help me. But Dudley Boys.
Oh, yeah.
And honestly, if we're going to go Pyro I wish I could come out to, I wish I could start Raw. After all the Pyro goes off, be the first person out the curtain. Why not? There you go.
So hope we gave you a good answer there, man.
We did. We gave you more than 10 anyway. We didn't mean to.
And so thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it.
Always appreciate super chats on both channels, Emmanuel, and you always do. So we thank you, brother. Thank you. All right, it's after 2.5. So yeah, we're gonna call it the night, kids. But thank you all for being here for the last 2.5, especially Jay for most of it, and the bottom tier for being here for a good chunk of it. Even Josh, who sat on timeout because he has a potty mouth.
And poor decisions in life.
Poor decision making in life in general, but it's okay. We love you anyway. We don't judge you for your life choices, just for your dumb movie choices. Anyway,
I feel like I don't even need to go back and watch NXT because it was spoiled in the opening moments of the show. So
yeah, and honestly, I'm not surprised it went down that way. Because, like I said, and then I say that, think about if Balor beats Rollins.
Please.
Then everybody in Judgment Days got a cool little toy to bring to the ring, and then there's that tension with Priest over here with the briefcase and Balor over here with the championship, just kind of looking over to her like, "Yeah, I see you, and Rhea and Dom in the middle going, "We're just in love and we have our belts and we're cute."
They're so adorable, though.
So you got her dirty Dom and she got mommy.
Here's my problem, though.
Here's your problem.
I think they've okay, and then we can end this.
Yes.
I feel like they've painted themselves in a corner where Finn has to win.
Yes.
But it does nothing for the title that they just created because they needed to establish a dominant first champion.
But
the only way they do that, in my opinion, is if Priest cashes in during the match.
Oh my God.
Which is fine. I'm fine with that, honestly.
Screw Finn over.
Yep.
And then you've got Priest as the new champion.
That's how you get your out, Josh, because there's been that tension, and it looks like everything's good again. That's how you build story, by having it explode underneath them anyway. That's good shit, Jay. Good job.
Yeah, I will. This caveat.
I mean, shit, look what they've done with the women's tag titles. 3 champs in this 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but the Karens are awesome. So, but back to.
But why couldn't they have just beaten Ronda and Shayna right off the gate?
What?
Exactly.
I didn't even hear it. So
I said, if they were
talking over
them, why couldn't they have just had the Karens beat Ronda and Shayna in the first place? Why did we have to give it back to Liv and Raquel just to get it to the Karens? Made no sense. When they did the belts in the 4-way match, they should have just given it to the Karens in the first place. Skipped Ronda and Shayna. Could have had their problems start there to build to the feud. Skip giving it to Raquel and Liv, and just give it to the Karens.
1, fair enough. I see where you're going to. Ronda wanted the tag title run with Shayna. 3, WWE logic couldn't be heels versus heels for that, so faces had to be in between champions. I get what you're saying.
Okay, cool.
I do.
It just makes no sense from a booking standpoint. 3 champs in 3 weeks. Is this the freaking Attitude Era?
Yep.
The 24/7 title, the hardcore title. I think the hardcore title had longer title reigns than the women's tag titles.
24/7,
bro.
24/7, 365, Highway 42, Starship 99 to the Moon title, sucker.
Yeah. So
R-Truth coming into the Royal Rumble with a ladder thinking it's the Money in the Bank match.
Good Lord, I love R-Truth. I miss him. But I would be okay with Priest cashing in if Balor wins the match first.
No.
Then you have two champions in the same night.
Then you really
you have the coup de grace land. You have Priest clock him with the briefcase, cash it in. You have him hit South of Heaven. 1, 2, 3.
And to further it, if you want to keep Rollins as champion, you have the cash in attempt, get locked in, cash in as official, and Rollins still finds a way to get out of there with the title. That way he's still the champion, but the Judgment Day implosion happens anyway, and then we've got conflict. Again, so many more scenarios than just Rollins retains.
You guys are making me sad because I want Balor to win the title and have a good run with it. And your guys' scenarios are making sense. I don't like it.
So then you build up Priest versus Balor, and Balor can get that title run. Balor's now a good guy.
Yeah, there you go.
I'd be okay with that.
Bring back Prince Devitt, dude. All right. So tomorrow, again, JJ continuing on with his showcase of Disney. Princess and the Frog tomorrow, you said?
Yes, Princess and the Frog. Going down to the Bayou with Tiana and Jim Cummings as Ray the Firefly.
Yeah. By the way, I finally had beignets off of French Market property because I found out where one of the locations is. It is Storytellers. They had passion fruit infused beignets at Storytellers. God damn, was that good. So that's at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. Then at 7 o'clock, the Greg Cherry Show featuring Matty Laws, because I won't be there. I'll be with this guy again tomorrow. And I'm going to be up in, I don't want to say out loud because it's going to make me cry.
Yay, Matty.
Yes, yay, Matty. No naked Matty Laws time while I'm
I will be a good
Mansfield, you dirty little creepo. Anyway.
Ooh, Mandy Sachs has sent me a new message.
Uh-oh. Ruh-roh.
I will be a good boy.
You will be a good boy because if I can't be there, police and JJ won't be there, we're going to have trouble. And then at 8 o'clock Eastern 5 Pacific, Blood and Guts on TBS, right?
Yes.
TBS, but mute that dumb Excalibur shit. Listen to Noah and James call it because fuck Excalibur. All the things tomorrow.
So many F-bombs.
I don't think, you know what though? You know what? Aaron's gonna at me for it, but you know what? Excalibur always has them coming, as far as I'm concerned.
You know what? If we've dropped that many, play that video I sent you to take us off the air.
Okay, all right.
Oh dear, no.
It's like if we've dropped this many at this point, then just screw it. It's like a 3-minute video of Noah's crew messing with him.
Wait a minute.
Oh, this is Noah.
Did I hear you say
3 minutes?
Oh wait, did you put it in my chat or the group chat?
Your chat.
I don't see it though.
Gospel up.
How far? Jesus.
Not that far. It's right above the StreamYard link you sent me.
Technical difficulties.
And don't. Oh wait. Hang on. Here it is. Sorry. I couldn't find it.
This is fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because man, you just. Even though I've told you what some of the song choices are at this point, you just got to see the people messing with them.
That's loud. That's loud. Sorry. Hang on. Sorry.
And watch his reaction to some of these. Like, it's classic Noah.
Is it worse than how he's reacted to stuff I've said to him on open mic night?
Maybe.
Oh, no.
Oh.
But yeah, so Princess and the Frog tomorrow, Greg Cherry Show tomorrow, Blood and Guts tomorrow. Thursday will be Tangled over on my side of things.
Another good one. Thursday, depending on when I get, you know what, I take that back because I was gonna record content on Monday. And I didn't get a chance to because of dramatic asshats. So. Yeah, there'll be no anniversary stuff like I wanted for the parks, but people suck and whatever.
Friday will be the 2011 Winnie the Pooh.
I still haven't seen that one. I feel bad. God,
which Winnie the Pooh?
The 2011.
2011, just Winnie the Pooh. It's just called Winnie the Pooh.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah. Okay, well, good. We can all watch it on Disney Plus and then watch it as a review of it. There you go. Homework assignments, children.
That's right.
All right.
And then for the weekend, I'm doing something a little bit different because of how last week kind of got jumbled.
Yeah.
Saturday, if everything goes correct, will be a new release Saturday double feature.
Oh, that's right.
Rabid Run from last week, which didn't air, and The Outlaws, which will make Sunday a double feature for Disney, Wreck-It Ralph, and Frozen.
Yeah.
Two solid ones, man. All right. So we will say goodnight now with this 3.5 minute video that is going to get us certainly demonetized.
I mean, if we're not already, then Aaron, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I almost ruined XMV before it could get started by getting Luther Reigns to break your camera. And Lord, I apologize for this right here. And be with the pygmies down there in New Guinea. Amen.
Amen. Thank you all for the 16 years. Here's the next 16. If I live past the night, let alone that long, Jesus Christ. All right. Good night, kids. We'll see you tomorrow.
Screw Bill down the chat.
Gets me. Looks like there's a question here in the chat. Damn it. Question for the panel. Wrestling theme song would you like to hear me sing? We'll make it happen on the upcoming episode of Open Mic Night. Damn it, JJ, you freaking idiot.
I would like to hear him sing Rob Conway's Just Look at Me theme song.
Fucker.
I got a few suggestions. You said wrestling theme songs? I got a few suggestions he could probably sing. Maybe he could sing R-Truth's What's Up, maybe.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Freaking mixed boy rapping the hell.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, Lord.
I got another one. Bianca Belair's theme song, too.
Oh, hell no!
Yes.
No. I've never nay, and I damn sure ain't singing that shit.
He has to fuck your ass, bro. We're gonna make you.
Fuck that, broke. People are broke, motherfuckers.
We gotta make him sing fucking what's a good theme? My mind's not working right now.
Oh, make him sing "Shattered" from the Bray Wyatt theme he uses now.
I love that song.
I thought I was trying to think of other ideas that could be worse, but I don't know certain theme songs much.
Oh, that's I guess good for my sake. All right,
Make
guys.
Sing fucking Judas.
I mean, you know.
I don't think everyone sings it nowadays. Maybe Elevated.
Adam Cole's theme, maybe.
I mean, it's super easy. Not much worse than that. So there you go. Just
Trevor Murdoch's theme song when he had lyrics that he's no hit cowboy.
Oh, how about Baron Corbin's "I Bring the Darkness"?
All right, that's enough. We're stop giving
big shows.
What was it? What was yours?
Pig shows or Paul White's.
Oh yeah.
JJ, look at what you caused. I'm trying to end this thing here. Enough, please. I don't deserve enough.
Yes, you do.
Why do I deserve this? I don't get paid for this shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else he could like. Teddy Long's theme song.
Hey, that's my player though.
Jonathan Coachman's.
Which one?
Stop it, Coachman.
Don't chill back, break it, everybody.
Oh my gosh. There's a reason why that guy was
Jillian Halls.
Jillian Hall, yes.
Yes.
Oh hell no. No. All right, we're done here. We're done here, folks. All right. I'm surrounded by absolute loons.
I'm the worst of them all, too.
Story of my life, I guess, in this crazy world. Oh, God help me. All right, guys. Again, been a pleasure. If you want to know more about me, you know what to do. You know me. If you don't know this, damn it, JJ, you fucking idiot. For I am just a simple man and a lifelong fan of professional wrestling. Damn it.
Oh my god. Love it. I love it.
You gave me the James line. You fucking idiot. Oh Lord. All right, kids. That was worth the 3 minutes. That was tremendous. All right, folks. Thank you all very much again. 16 years of talk wrestling. Where's my shot? I'll do the whole bottle. Here's to the next 16. There we go. Very good. Have a good night, folks. We'll see you tomorrow for more content across the multiverse of media on the Jeff Meacham Network. Have a good night.
The Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.